What is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm Brea Thorn, and you're awesome for being here early. I'm ish. I don't know, 8:15, something like that, right? What is it? 8:21. Sure. Welcome to the stream, everyone, and I'm just happy to be here. Just let me know when you see it. Just let me know when you see it. I don't know. It's I was having a problem and I decided to fix it in the silliest way possible. Maybe I can help you. Hold on. There you go. You know what? If your green screen's causing issues, lean into it. Why not? What is up, Chris? How's it going? Over in YouTube chat, also in Twitch chat. Thank you for that. Steve, how's it going? I am dandy like candy. That's one I haven't heard. I like that. Natty, what's going on? How are you? Shanala, what is up? Building up that that streak, I see. Building it back up again. Natty, how are you on 25? Oh, I lost my streak, but we rebuilt like we're Rome, and Rome fell, but we rebuilt because Rome wasn't built or rebuilt in a day. Okay. Thank you for being here. You know, honestly, if you guys miss a stream, it's okay. I'm the only one who has to be here. Why can't I get this positioned like it was before when it was good? I guess that'll work. I don't know, whatever. I think that was it. I don't know, whatever. Okay. Yes, the shirt, yes. And yeah, I did it in every scene because I was like, I could just tweak the chroma key settings, but you know what? It's a pretty clean chroma. I'll just leave it. And it's not even the same green. It's just I have the tolerance a little low or high. I have the tolerance a little bit high. So yeah, there's all these different like things you can tweak when it comes to chroma keying. Edge feathering and tolerance and just all these little things. And I've got them. I don't know. It's a little bit because this lighting here is good enough. I can kind of be a little sort of free with the other settings. It does help. But yeah, so that's what's gonna. This is what I'll do if I ever wear a shirt that has some green in it, and it's a really simple trick. Here, I will show you. It'll take a little bit of the mystique away. It's that. It's just that right there. That's all it is. And I even had to go in and add it to this. You see? It's because it's another layer. So I had to add that to the joint, so sort of the group action. It's a thing. What is it in Stream Deck software? It is a multi-action. Of course it is. Panther, what's up? Welcome. I hope you said hi to Jesse for me. Thank you. Appreciate that. I think it is a little bit well played. Yeah. So yeah, we're here, and I don't know what to do because I don't know. Like, I've been having a ton of fun in TCG Live. You know, we've been doing that in these streams whenever we don't have someone to help out and I don't have packs to rip. We play TCG Live, and I've been having a good time with that. But I didn't last stream. I don't know what it was. It's just I had game after game where my luck was really bad at the beginning of like multiple games in a row. And like, I wouldn't call myself a sore loser, but I think anybody would get a little frustrated if they put up with that long enough. So I don't know. I'll keep it up because I am learning the game this way. And I right now is a critical time to keep going because people are trying out new metas and I need to learn those too. So I don't know. Oh, it was when I was doing the Metroid runs. Got it. Yeah, that is one of the tough parts. And I even thought about just creating a separate channel on Twitch just for that, where I'm not just a channel where I am streaming, but then I have to link all of my like my racetime.gg account to that and all that stuff. Yeah, sorry guys. I will always let you know in the announcements when it's going to be happening. And Natty, you might even be able to just leave the tab open and get counted. I don't know. It's the fortunate nature of card games. A lot of RNG that can whip from lucky to unlucky in literally one match. I mean, I got set up for it with that first match where everything was like perfect. I'm like, this is how it's supposed to function. But the best decks, though, don't need a perfect first hand for you to win, for you to find a win condition. Like, so it's not a perfect deck, and I know that. I just have fun with it, unless I don't. Anyway, I've also been tweaking the lighting as well in other ways. You'll notice that the sort of purple rim light that I have is not as like harsh here. I added a modifier to it that helps sort of zero it in to where just where it needs to be. It's not spilling all over the table as much now. Just little different things like that. I'm working on all of these things because, guys, this is not really for the stream. It's for the videos. But the more that I get this stuff figured out here, because if it can work live, oh, you better believe it can work in a controlled situation like filming something. That's what I'm getting at here. I can take sort of the information that I'm getting from like what settings does it like, what's the hex code that tends to come out of the green screen when it's lit this certain way, because it can change the hex code. Hex codes include like the tone of the color, like the RGB values, right? But also like the brightness of it in a way, because that changes a color, how bright it is. So obviously, so just kind of getting figured out, dialing that in so that once it's time to drop some green screen over a YouTube short, I got zero to figure out. I mean, a lot of perfect decks can't handle all the luck that you need. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a second place in tournaments. It would be all know what. Yeah, there is no perfect deck. That if there was, nobody would play anything else. Yeah, kind of lost the analogy, but the point is, the perfect decks are subject to luck as much as everyone else. If they can't draw their, yeah, I mean, and even a quote unquote perfect deck can draw all energies at the beginning and no basics and have to mulligan, that kind of thing. Bluesionic Wolf, welcome in. How is it going? How are you? I do have to ask. We have a few dedicated community members who have unfortunately lost their streaks, but where is yours at? Have you maintained it? Because I know I have those little, you know, the Metroid map rando races come up, and there is one coming up. I just need to lock in the date. But yeah, 114. Good Lord. I also have some unfortunate news about tomorrow with the Nuzlocke. I meant to early this week reach out to a buddy of mine. I haven't done that because I always hesitate to reach out to people for collabs. Like I don't know, anxious about it. You know, if you don't ask, you can't be told no. And it's not very brave of me. I need to just do it. But you know, this is someone I hold in very high regard, and I don't want to pressure them to do anything out of some sense of obligation that shouldn't be there. You know, gotta say, it's kind of funny that Shanala and I lost our streaks before the Great Reset. I was always one stream behind streak-wise. Yeah. Well, now you guys are even. No, you're ahead now. You're ahead now. That's right. It's because you lost your streak later. But yeah, so we'll see what we've got going on here. I would like to see someone come in for some PC help. That'd be cool. There is no guarantee though. Panther, I got to say that was really fun last time. That was a fun thing to look through and do. And I noticed that in your choice of PC companies to go with, Power GPU was your first choice. So I'm glad we got to go with your first choice. So yeah. Oh, there it is, 115 streak. You know what? That deserves a let's go, nerds. That is very, very good. Wow, crazy. Absolutely, you're the primary streaker here. You're the head streaker. Do with that information what you will. I just realized I have a zoom lens on my main camera there. I could literally just move my desk back some and then have full capabilities to reach in either direction. But Then I lose out on the main reason I did this way, which is distance from the green screen, which keeps it from getting shined back on me. I know I talk about this a lot, but I think about it a lot. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, well, yeah, there's nobody new in the list. But how are you guys doing? Tell me what's going on with you. Brett, I told you I had you help me do a comparison of several options, and you recommended this company is best suited for what I want and need currently. There you go. And hey, $50 off is nothing to scoff at. That's pretty good. The downside to having a fixed discount is the more expensive the PC, the less percentage you're saving on it. But you know, at like 2,200, 2,300, it's not bad. It's a decent little chunk of change that you're saving. And it also helps that you can kind of leave buyer's remorse behind, you know? You've looked at, you know, we looked at other options, found some good ones, but ultimately this was the better option. And I think Jesse would be happy to know that one of the main determining factors was the superior warranty. Like the hard work that they put into that and the investment they've made into it, because it does cost them money to do those things, right? It's opportunity cost, right? That's like a repair that they don't get paid for. That's parts they don't get paid for, that they pay for themselves, or at least the manufacturer, they got to go through all the RMA process. That's time. Time is money. When you're paying employees, it is literally money. But yeah, there are different things that can be sort of the trigger for someone to, you know, click that buy now button, click that complete purchase button. And that's a great one. A warranty is a great reason to choose a company. I'm going to go fill out a form for the upgrade for my son. Oh, that's right. You did say you needed that. So we'll be able to do more PC stuff today. That's good. That's cool. Got the Soundcore out of ear profit earbuds. What? The other day, and Soundcore. Oh. So the wireless earbuds. Got it. Just figured out the app for the phone for them has more settings to make them louder. Be careful about louder, especially with in-ears. You'll be surprised at how low I have the volume on these things all the time. I tried out Doom the Dark Ages on Bazite Linux with DLSS turned on, and I was getting 300 plus with my 5080. Zintech, that is crazy. But what's up, Zintech? Welcome. Barutu, hi, welcome. M. Jimenez, what's up? I thought Tom Segura was looking for something else to be bad at when I saw this thumbnail. We don't speak ill of the great Tommy Buns around here. All right. Dude is hilarious, and if I may say, quite handsome. Jim Lay, what's up? Dude, love your channel. Awesome stream room, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate it, and thank you for the kind words. Welcome to the stream. And I'm glad you like the channel. I'm sorry there hasn't been much action on it in terms of full video uploads or anything. It has been a bit of a sort of tough time for tech content for the last year or so. So I think the last time I posted anything was Black Friday. I mean, those were great. A lot of people got those systems and are thankful that they did. So I'm glad I like, even though I wasn't regularly posting at the time and not now, I'm glad I made those. I'm glad we made those videos because that was a last minute thing for a lot of people. But we looked at other deals too as well, not just the collab PC with Alexander PCs. But yeah. And also be sure to tell Jesse what you just said about his warranty. Absolutely. Doing good about yourself? Doing good. I am doing good. I want to get more tortoises. Rurutu, I wish you all the best in your tortoise adventures. I've got a DAC amp hooked up with a pair of studio headphones, and they get loud AF. I usually keep my volume around 20%. The gain is set to 5.5. Yeah. You really, yeah, especially if you're amplifying it, as long as you're being careful there. I have found that because I use a Rodecaster I have a Rodecaster Pro 2 at my editing desk over there, but here on the desk where I would do PC builds and reviews and stuff before, I just have the Duo, which is great. It does everything I need. But that can run my what are they called? My reference headphones, which are stuck. They're stuck, is what they are. Yeah, the Biodynamic DT770 Pros, they're the 250 ohm ones, so they are high impedance, and that can be harder to run. But Rode's got a good amp in there for the headphones, for your headset, so. I have them on a hook under the desk, and it's very hard to find if I am not looking at it. That's probably not good placement with that in mind. There we go. Got it. But yeah, you may have noticed I cut, like, first off, there's this thing going on, right? What the Naruto doing? But also I cut off when I go over here. It's because I'm testing a bunch of green screen stuff right now for video production. So I'm using the streams to test that. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. Currently I have 2 red foots. Oh, nice. 2 red feet? I had those and they snapped on me. Oh, really? Oh, that's... Oh, you mean the turtles. Tortoises, rather. I thought you meant the headset. I was like, how did you break a biodynamic headset? Those are awesome. They're really durable. Especially next, they don't try to bite. That's nice. Bone Shock, what's up? Welcome in. How's it going? So yes, this is my stream room. To be clear, it is my stream room, but it is a static photo of it. It just so happens to work really well with what I'm doing. But yeah, I love the whole thing that where people I love getting those reactions where people are surprised that I'm on a green screen. It means I'm doing it right. That's ideal. That's what we want. Your chest is going light speed. Absolutely. Yeah. I need to get that plaid animation from Spaceballs and just figure out a perfect loop for it. That'd be awesome. But this matches the color, the sort of color scheme going on in the room. So keeping that. I don't know why I can't get this position to where it doesn't show. I've done it before. I don't know why it's not working now. Maybe I need to move this over more. I just don't have to lean forward to use my microphone. That's fine. It's just a little corner showing. But anyways, so I guess we can probably, well, okay, actually, I know that. Okay, so Panther said I'm going to be doing another thing for the upgrade. So we're waiting on doing an upgrade for an Optiplex system. We're going to be, what is it? It was like motherboard, power supply, and case. So that'll be fun. One moment. All right. Okay, he's gone. Now we can talk about anime waifus. The most hurtful thing you said in that was that the fact, like, thinking that you can't while I'm here. Like, I'm wearing a Naruto shirt. What about me suggests that I'm not already a weeb? I don't really usually get into those discussions too much though, but I mean, still, sometimes my girlfriend and I have those discussions and it's really fun. Jaspers, what's up? It's going well. I'm currently waiting on a form to be submitted. I think in the meantime, maybe we will rip some packs. Let's do that. There's something I forgot to grab. And I'm kind of, when I do the green screen stuff, I have a light that, I have 2 lights suspended from the ceiling that I can fold up whenever I'm not using them. And when they're down, it's a little hard, like and I move my desk over. I have it on casters, I have it on wheels. Every desk in this room is on wheels. Like, I love that. It is the best. However, once I'm set up, it's a little hard to get out of this room. So I'll just, magic. I'll just let that be. Okay. Oh, I didn't get these going. My bad. So Bray, while we wait, any thoughts on how I organize the stuff? I think that was pretty slick move on my part. It looks good. It does look good. And I know it's a lot to organize. It is a lot to organize, for sure. I just like that. That's kind of cool. It's like a flight path or something. Yeah, but knowing that it's a lot to organize, honestly, I really just want to get the first week of videos going. Like, for the very first one, I should probably just, even though 5 people will watch it, okay? I should really just get in front of this thing, the green screen, and just do an intro to the channel, right? An introduction. And a quick thing about like what the method is for building the Pokedex, and just like mention the other channels, all that stuff, just for the first short. I just record that, and there's just B-roll behind me, and I can be in and out, you know, like in front of it, out of it, all that. I think that would be a good idea. But I just want to get this first 7 done, because then that's a week of videos. We can start posting those, and that's a week to like get the next 7 done. And also, like, I really wanted to start with a bigger buffer, but a week is pretty good. I just post 1 per day. I got to get all my stuff figured out on posting on all medias, all social medias and YouTube. That's not too bad, because there is a website, there's a service where you just post it once and it posts it everywhere for you with all the tags, everything. Although I'll probably separate YouTube from that, just because that's my priority. But before any of that, like, my main thing I need to do, actually, other than like maybe script that video. The thing is, I'm really bad about scripts. I don't do well with scripting stuff. Oh, Panther, you got there. Okay, cool. Oh, man, they're disappearing. I gotta fix this. Okay, give me a second. I thought I had fixed it. I fixed it on the main screen. So what if I just copy that one over? Shunala, I did not. I did not. I am very sorry. I need to look into that. I also need to talk to my friend Manny, who he does work for an airline and may be able to help me with the buddy pass for a flight, which would be insane. That basically would allow me to go. I'm pretty sure. I just like, I have to figure out the absolute cheapest way for me to make this trip. My priority has to be paying rent and bills right now because like everything shifted earlier, like in the beginning of this month. Everything shifted. Y'all were there, y'all saw it live. Actually, it's funny. So yeah, but no, I need to look at that, and I know that splitting one is gonna make it makes a lot of sense. So that's probably what I need to do, unless I don't know. I got to figure it out. I need because I don't know. It's crazy timing. The timing is insane. Okay. I do see, of course, Panther, that you did post that. So I will get to that in a second. I'm just going to record a quick pack ripping video here. I think it's going to be interesting to have this going on in it. Why not? Okay. I have to do things a little bit to the side just because of how I have everything oriented right now. I need to fix that, but it's okay. Because like if I shift this, well, I can do that. I made some changes there that I should not have. I should honestly be like right here to do this the best way. And that means I need to change this. 1 second while I do so. Wow, I'm on top of everything. Whoa, crazy. Perfect. Okay. Okay. I am nearly done opening all the 36 packs from my Pitch Black. Okay. I'm nearly finished opening all 36 packs from my Pitch Black booster box. And yeah, there's 12 left. So we're going to do 6 right now. And the next one is going to be the last. I don't think we've gotten the big hit out of this box yet. But we got 6 packs right now. It could be in here. So stick around. Let's find out together. That over just a little bit. There we go. All right. Let's get started with pack number 1. Starting with the Mega Darkrai on the pack art. Maybe that means something. I don't think it usually does, honestly. And I don't know why I always hear about that being a thing. But that, there we go. But hey, we get the Mega Venusaur for the code card there. Why am I going backwards here? All right, let's see what we get in pack number 1. First pack magic incoming, question mark. Okay, starting off with Jinx, Wailmer, the Asako Ito Wailmer, Mandibuzz, Fomantis, Seaking, Jet, Annihilate, Dark Bell Reverse. It's really such a clean looking card. Bronzong Reverse, and Miraidon Hollow. So no first pack magic. I feel like first pack magic is just on break right now. since I haven't been opening as many packs. I feel like it's cooled off a bit. But you know what? It's done me a lot of good, so I'm not even mad. I'm sure some of y'all, if you haven't like gone back and watched all my videos, might not know the origin of first pack magic, and it was my Black Zekrom EX from Black Bolt, my first Black Bolt TTB first pack. So that is why, and it has persisted too. Yukimori Mankey right there. We go Brionne, Palafin, Gladion's Final Battle, Delmise, Charjabug Reverse. And we get another Fomantis illustration rare. I think I got this in Japanese before. So now I have it in both Japanese and English. Look at that gorgeous card. Okay. And a Bastiodon Hollow. Okay, so that's good. All right. This is such a cute card. It really, really is. There we go. But yeah, that is a dupe, just not in terms of language, but still a really great card. There's a lot of green. How does that? Ooh, that looks terrible in green screen. Got to tell you. Okay. All right. Next up, the Mega Chandelure. The deck I'm trying to win by getting to rank 50 in the ranked ladder of TCG Live. Got the Lucario code card for that. I do need to scan those in to TCG Live. I'll do that later in the stream. Okay, Yukimori Mankey, Charcadet, Inkay, Bronzor, Gwyn, Palafin, Gladion's Final Battle again. We got the reverse Spiritomb, reverse Shuppet, and a Shadowy Energy Hollow. Which is basically Shaman's, oh, well, not Shaman, which is basically like Starmie's least favorite card. Okay, I've heard whispers that the Gardevoir code card is lucky, but we are always looking for that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that will make you very quickly into a superstitious person, and being a collector is one, and also being an IT technician is another. Trust me on that. Okay, we got Goldeen, Primeape, Pikipek, Poltergeist, Bayonet, Jet, Annihilate, Palafin Reverse, Cranidos Reverse, and Cranidos Reverse into Rampardos EX. That's pretty cool. All right. Another hit right there. First pack Magic, last pack Mojo, indeed. Okay, we've got 2 packs left. Okay, Volibee. I don't know what it is. There's something about like any Pokemon, like basic Pokemon that look like they're wearing a diaper. It just doesn't. I don't like it. Togepi gets a pass on that though, because it's an egg. It's in its egg. Get out of the egg, Togepi. But you know, also, you're cute, so it's fine. Okay, Litwick, Goldeen, Poltergeist, Heatran, Tremendous Bomb, Relicanth, Misty's Vitality Reverse, Gwyn Reverse, 2 reverse trainers, and Zarude Hollow. Well, I think that pack was a tremendous bomb, but I do like getting reverse hollow trainers. That is nice. That is fun. And we need some last pack Mojo. RGB, buddy. Come on. This is, I mean, we got Fomantis here. We got an EX. That's not too bad for 6 packs, but let's change it from not bad to awesome. All right? Let's see what we can do. Okay, Centiscorch, Skull Fossil, Skarmory, Armor Fossil, Sea King, Vikavolt, Malamar, Reverse Jinx, Bastiodon Reverse, and Silvally Hollow. Well, 6 packs, 2 hits. We take those. That is not too bad. Make sure that's in good focus there. That ain't terrible. That ain't terrible. We take those. And getting the Fomantis in English is kind of nice, but I already have it in Japanese, and I prefer to have that in the Pokédex. So, hey, maybe trade binder for that. But that's it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And no, I'm not going to explain the t-shirt. See you in the next one. We have fun around here. I'm going to have to go through and organize all of these cards. Oh, no. I think tomorrow I need to buckle down and get all of my pack openings added to the Pokédex. I've gone long enough to where it's actually a full endeavor. I should not let it get that bad, but I did. And that is on me. Actually, when it gets this bad, I have to go back and rewatch. Like, I have to bring up the VODs of the streams. And it's annoying. I don't like looking at my face that much. Maybe that's why I don't like editing that much. I've got to look at my face. I'm like, I'm good. Okay. Better fix this. That looks weird, and it's blocking chat. Oh, almost. There we go. Okay. That works. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, Panther, sorry about that. When you were filling out the form, I was like, let's go ahead and rip some packs. And I had already moved my keyboard out of the way. I'd done all this stuff. So yeah, let's do that now, though. Okay. What am I doing? Okay. Motherboard, power supply, and case. So, okay. So you need it for a 10500. Well, and you have 32 gigs of RAM. Is that DDR4? That'd be DDR4. Yeah. I mean, if we're already getting a new motherboard, I'm going to take a look and see if there are any really good deals on like a 12400 or something, which is going to be a pretty big upgrade on the CPU, but I mean, it's not critical, right? That's still a pretty, for your kid's PC, that's still pretty great. I mean, you know, you said it's for them to take off to college, but still. However, if we do something like getting an LGA 1700 motherboard, right, then you're going to be looking at better upgradability in the future, because finding a 10th gen Intel CPU can be pretty difficult these days. So if there's upgrades, you know, your son wants to do eventually. Yeah. I want to get a new keyboard for a while. Now I found a brand on Amazon in my price range. Check the website. It's chock full of Gen AI. Oh, that's, yeah. It's so funny how all these companies think like they need to just invest everything into AI when we just see it as a red flag. Like consumers, we just see it as a red flag. Like, oh, never mind. You don't get my money. And it's, the downside is there are people who are like, I'm trying to chase my dream and start this company, and I just can't afford a marketing company. So they're like, I'll just go and make it. And then people see they have AI ads and they're like, no. And it's all because we're sick of the big corporations that absolutely have the money to pay artists and marketing companies. And they won't. They don't anymore. They don't want to. Yeah. So that does suck because there was a time when it was first like Stable Diffusion and all that. It was like people were like using it that kind of needed it, you know? Of course, then, you know, companies see like, oh, that can save us money. Cool. We're going to do that. And we're going to ruin it. Thanks, corporations. That's how that goes. But yeah, so let's see here. So that is my kind of question. You said the budget was 500 to 600 bucks. Okay. Yeah, thanks for clarifying that. So we'll say, you know how it is. I basically look at whatever the max budget is. We can still do under that. So I don't put ranges here. There's sometimes where I forget to change it or something. Depends on what the answer is to what we're doing. But yeah, generally I will change it to a single solid number, and we do our best to not go over that. Now we can do a build for you. And you did tell me what else was in there in the form. You do want a black case, okay. I mean, if you're doing a case, if there's a specific, there are more options that are not super expensive that do have some colorful options. So if there's a different color that you want to go with, that can be a huge visual upgrade to a PC. So it doesn't have to be a black one. If you're just saying that because like that's kind of the default option, and a lot of people think of it that way, yeah. We can look at something a little bit more colorful. Just depends on how your son is about that stuff. Not too much RGB, okay. Motherboard, power supply, and case, right. So I basically need to make you a PC part picker list, because that's usually how we do upgrades, is you make your own PC part picker list and send that in. But like in the link in the end, but or that where you type all the other stuff out. But we can do it ourselves. We can do it here. So right now you have a 10500. Let's see how much a 12400 is. It is 169. I thought that would be cheaper. Okay. Let me see something here. It is $10 more for a 245K 14 core CPU. That's crazy. It is $10 more, 179. But that is, there's also 225F as well. That one is 163. I would rather do, I'm not saying you need to do this. I'm just looking at what these prices are shaping up to be. The best deal here is a 245K, hands down. The 250K plus is obviously the newer one, and it has 4 extra efficiency cores. I believe it's efficiency cores, but not for an extra like $40, I would say, at this price point. But anyways, so just so you know, you do have an option that fits within potentially fits within the budget, but then you have to get a motherboard for it. So we're gonna look at, man, I would really, we're gonna try to minimize this. We'll just try to find a 10th gen Intel motherboard for you, and we'll stick with that. And also, if you go Core Ultra 200S, the 225K or 245K, you also have to get DDR5. So we can't go that route. You don't want to buy RAM right now. So I'm not going to. But if you go 12th gen, you can use DDR4. But instead, let me just stick with what you're looking at here. We're going to go to motherboard. We also want to go full ATX, I imagine. It's not, it can actually sometimes save you money on that, but I just learned that the TCG will let you use runaway draw even if your bench is empty and you'll lose the game. That's amazing. Who would do that? That's amazing. I thought, well, my thought about that would be like, if your bench is empty at the end of the turn, then you lose. But if you just lose immediately, that's very funny. There's still a almost $1,000 motherboard for this socket. That's crazy. Wait, no, what? I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Ah, yes, the days of green PCBs. These are more expensive than I would like to than I would have liked. I mean, there's nothing under 160 bucks, and the $160 one is. It's just because it's so out of production. Like, that's crazy. These motherboards are pricey. They still will be within budget, but like, all of these are MATX. You have to go up to $330 to get one that is full ATX. Wow. What the heck? Let me see if I fix this properly. Nope, I didn't, because that thing is still there. I can fix that. 1 second. And bam. I know it appears just before it. Okay. It's not my fault. It's Stream Deck, okay? Rutu, I like the Roby emote. Pretty good. It's a good jam out emote. Here's mine. That is a sub emote though, but all the animated ones are. You cannot have an animated emote for followers only, unfortunately. Does not let you. Okay, so this is obviously a problem. It might actually be cheaper, and I'm not kidding here, to get an LGA 1700 D4 motherboard or DDR4 motherboard and a CPU than it would be, or the same price, than it would be to get a decent LGA 1200 motherboard. Because this is like the lowest I would go in terms of features. And yeah. Wow. Okay. So let's see. And let me test this theory. Because it's just a theory. A motherboard theory. Why is it all AMD right there? Get out of the way, AMD. Wait, is it B560 or B660 yet? B660 for LGA 1700. Okay, good. And then if we choose, yeah, look, there we go. There's a full ATX motherboard for $208. Remember, it was $330 for the lowest end motherboard by itself. There's a lot of these gone. There's a good reason for that. And it's because people are trying to use DDR4. Now, this one is a little bit, it looks a little bit stripped down compared to the other one because it doesn't have the big heat sinks on it, stuff like that. But let me ask you this. What is, oh, actually, no, you sent in a form. I don't need to ask you. I can just look. It's just for gaming. So you don't need a ton of USB ports on this. How many M.2 slots does it have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 on this. Whereas that's good. Because I know you said it has only 512 gigs of storage. So that gives more upgradability. Again, DDR4. And you're not running any kind of crazy CPU in here, so you can go with this. It doesn't need crazy power delivery. So let's look at what it was again for the CPU. I know that you weren't asking for a CPU, but wait, available soon. What are you... Available soon is not in stock. It does not count. What are they doing? MATX. ITX, sorry. No, this is ITX. And then ITX here too, or MATX, yeah. Oh my God. This is actually terrible. Jesus. It does need 4 RAM slots, and it does have 4 RAM. The one I was looking at has 4 RAM slots, but it just says available soon on memoryc.com. Like, why is this not showing as this out of stock? I don't know. I would prefer this one because this is a much better motherboard at, you know, about $10 more, $11 more, but it's just out of stock on Asus. They just ain't got it. I really don't want to go to eBay with this. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Hold on. There's a lot more options if we don't go with B660. Because there's like B760s. There. Okay, so that is MATX, MATX, MATX. It's all MATX here. Now we could put in and get you an MATX case. That's not a problem. There are some really good options for that. Yes, Wi-Fi is needed. That has 4 RAM slots. All right, what if I just put ATX as like a thing it needs to be? That should narrow it down. Okay. It's DDR5. Yep, it's DDR5. Of course it is. This is DDR4. And it's in stock. Am I missing something here? For $139? For $139. Versus $330. Like, you see what I'm getting at here, right? That is a motherboard and a CPU upgrade for less than the price of the closest to decent motherboard you can find for LGA 1200. Now, I know that means not using the CPU, and that seems wasteful. I agree that it is. However, the market is what it is. And for LGA 1200, there's just not much on the market anymore. What you do with that is you can take that motherboard and CPU, and you strip everything else off of it. But later on, you can go in when storage gets cheaper, add some storage to it, make it a home media server or a home theater PC or something just to watch movies on or do things like that, you know? Put it by your, in your living room with your TV. That kind of thing is something you can do with older hardware, because generally it's not doing any crazy gaming, because most living room TVs are not very good for gaming. But instead, you use it for, hey, I don't want to run some Amazon Fire Stick, or I don't want to run the software in my LG TV because it's spying on me and doing all this. I just want to run Netflix off of my PC, and I have all my security stuff on my PC. I'm good to go. And it's just like, cool. You're not feeding your info to whatever brand your TV is. So anyways, this is, wait, hold on. So this was a good one. These are all 139, including the Tomahawk Wi-Fi, which is like real good. Is it DDR4? It is DDR5. Okay. This one was DDR4. We have to actually look for it to say DDR4 or something. This is probably going to be our best bet. What about you? DDR5. Yep. Okay. What was our I/O looking on like on this? Not bad. I mean, 7 USB ports is not great, but for gaming only, it's fine. Plus, you have USB Type-C, built-in Wi-Fi, of course. Let me see. What does it say for the Wi-Fi standard on this? Wi-Fi 6E. So, good. 2.5 gig Ethernet. This is a lot of modern features on a motherboard for $140. Now, the lowest price CPU here, I'm not going to go Celeron, is going to be, oh, hold on, a 1440F. Well, there's also the 14100. That's 139. But this was the Raptor Lake refresh. I mean, you're going for like $30. You're going from 4 to 10 cores. 14400F, 10 core CPU. That's 6 performance cores, 4 efficiency cores. Comes with a cooler as well. So there you go. Cooler taken care of. It's not a great cooler, but it's not a very hot CPU. And this can be upgraded very easily down the line. Well, Newegg does have this, but it's for $200 rather than Amazon. So Amazon has it for $169.72. If you can do Amazon, I would do this. But this does, I mean, even then, your motherboard's $139.99. This is, even if you go with the more expensive option to go with Newegg, you're still at the same price as just a motherboard for that older CPU. And it takes DDR4 and it has, well, hold on. But let me see what this one's at on price. This one is, Newegg price is $104.99. For this 14100F. Now, this is a quad-core CPU. This is not going to be a very big upgrade, really, CPU-wise. But for it being almost $100 cheaper, maybe it's what you go with. For gaming, this is still pretty good. There's a lot of games that aren't going to use more than 4 or 6 cores, but still, there are games now that do appreciate more cores. It's long gone are the days of, oh, that's the 14100F. Got it. Long gone are the days of maxing out single core performance. That's the 14100 non-F. That is a lot more. They don't even have it on Newegg. My recommendation would be the 14400F. What is a 14400 non-F? Actually, on Newegg, it is $10 more. But that's not really needed for you. I mean, I don't think he's doing any video editing, right? So, yeah. If that does ever become a thing, you just upgrade to like a 14700K. Just the motherboard might... the one we're looking at has much better power delivery than what we were looking at before, but yeah. And on Newegg, it is $199. Okay. Well, my recommendation would be this, the 14400F. But if you actually want to save money versus a motherboard, because there's plenty in your budget to do this, by the way. $600 is more than enough. I'm going to go ahead and do the 14400F here real quick. Now, why is it hollow like that? It is there on Newegg, so we'll add this to part list. Let's just do the case and power supply real quick. We'll come back to the CPU. Okay, Montech XR, V100R. Montech XR, this one's just an easy recommend. The V100R is also very good. This has a little bit more airflow, a little bit more like more intake fans than the XR does, and it is $5 more. Really, really gorgeous case, really great price. I would suggest this. As you can see, though, $75, including the fans. Fans included. And then you know what I'm going to say about the power supply. Easy, easy, easy. No problem at all. You go Montech. Montech Century 2, 850 watts, $79.90. And it's just about as highly rated as a power supply can get. Platinum cybernetics rating, 80 plus gold is very good efficiency. A ratings, and there's an A and an A minus depending on the wattage that you get on the PSU tier list, but that is very much up there for a budget brand that has a power supply that is not seemingly not a budget power supply other than the price. Fully modular, which is great for building it, and cable management. 80 plus gold, cybernetics platinum, 12 VHP, 12VH 2x6, 12V 2x6, I should say. There's no H there. 12V 2x6 for if there's ever a GPU upgrade to 40 or 50 series. Yep. And it's 850 watts. That's quite a bit of power for, what was it, a 1650? 1650. Yeah. And with that, we're at 464.59 with the CPU I'm recommending. What you could look at is maybe even an up. Well, it would be difficult to look past this because this is just a good deal. The power delivery is, at least the cooling for it is pretty solid. I can see them peaking out there. It's not too bad. What is that, like 12 phase, something like that? 1, 2. Is it just 2 M.2s in here? That's not amazing. You at least have that single expandability there, but a lot of PCIe slots. So what you get is you just get an M.2 to PCIe adapter, basically. It's just a little card that goes in that you put an M.2 drive into if the third drive is ever needed. And it'll tell us here. There are 2 M.2s there. That's not amazing, but the price is very good for this. Very good. So we stick with it. Lazy Users Lair, what's up? RAM gone up again. Yep. Yep. Yeah, to the dismay of pretty much any consumer who's paying attention. It is really bad right now, and it was better not too long ago. So yes, good observations. Wheelie Average, what's up? How's it going? I know I want the Montech Century 2 1200 watt. You want to go 12? Okay, sure. It is 109. I would actually say the best deal here is probably the 1050 watt because it's only $10 more. Only $10 more than the 850 watt. But this is like, I cannot sing this thing's praises enough. Anyone who's paying attention to PC parts needs to have their eyes on Montech's power supplies because this is just the best on the market right now. Features, reviews, ratings, like its quality, and then the price. It's just the killer combo. But yeah, this is 20 bucks cheaper. I'll go with this. Yeah, this, just to show you real quick, lazy users, check this out. Montech Century 2, right? Oh, it's budget. It's Montech. It can't be that good, right? Well, let's find out. Where did I put it? Here we go. SPL's PSU tier list. Century. Yeah, it's A minus for the 850 and A rated for the 1050 to 1200 watts. Like, it is so highly rated. This list is brutal. Like, it is absolutely brutal. If there are any bad reviews on a power supply or bad design, known issues come up and are noted in these notes here. This thing is insane for the price. And the thing is, you can point out that it's cheap. I like to point out how well reviewed it is, and also the features. And Cybernetics Platinum, crazy, just a crazy combo. But hey, if you want like I said, if you want the 1200 watts, who am I to argue? It's not like it's cranking 1200 watts the whole time. It supplies whatever power the system requires, because it's going to be much less than this. But it's a lot of overhead, room to grow if that's what you want to go with. I will not deny that. Yeah, no, like this is insane. Like whoever you recommended it to, let them know some bald dude on the internet absolutely agreed and then showed why it's amazing. Like, look at this. Excellent performance and noise profile. OPP and OCP on the minor rails do need tuning, but they do work, but at least are set way higher than necessary. This is how thorough they are. Even an A rating has got like some constructive criticism. Awesome list. This is a really good tier list. Anyways, so yeah, you gave me $600 budget. I give you all your upgrades for $494.59 with an unasked for CPU upgrade. There you go. 10-year warranty on the Montex. It is indeed. That's where you're going to find the longest warranties on power supplies. Power supplies are at the absolute chads of the PC part group. Like they don't like they can work while hot. Like they're not as temperature sensitive as any of your other components in the PC. They can run quietly because they can just sort of radiate as well. They are like, it's the heart. It is the literal heart, not literal. It is the figurative heart of your system. So don't underspend on it, but here you don't have to, thanks to Montech. Like these right here, Montech is currently doing to the power supply market what Thermalright did to the air cooler market and is now doing to the AIO market. Like you can actually fit and still be under budget a new AIO if you want from Thermalright, and still be $50 under budget if you want to. And you add a 360 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler, and you don't even have to use the little stock cooler that comes with this. What's up, WX? Friend is streaming. Pop in, support friend. Much appreciated, brother. How's it going? No issues on my PSU I got last winter, RMX 1000. Yeah, they get those from a good manufacturer. I mean, you just got to understand that Corsair does not make power supplies. Like Montech probably doesn't make power supplies. Same thing. They're just getting it from an OEM. Back to back. I honestly did that. I did that with I think in the tournament I did that, and God, that was tiring. It is very tiring for the voice. 100%. The outsource. Okay, I see. Most power supplies come from like 3 or 4 different OEM manufacturers. Like the only one that you can reliably say is built by the company that slaps their name on it is here. Let's bring it up. I mean, they're going to be right here on it. Wait, it's not. What the heck? Yeah, Seasonic power supplies. Why is that not one of the main choices? Seasonic is, they make their own power supplies. Like, good on them. Can I just not have this? Okay, it's really dumb that they don't have the thing here to sort of collapse it to the smaller view. But anyway, Seasonic. Seasonic makes their own power supplies. And they make power supplies for other companies as well. So if you want one where you're like, I know the company that made this is, and Seasonic is goated. Like they've been known for a long time to make some of the best power supplies in the market. But I mean, heck, even they've had a couple stinkers. Yeah, WX, really. Well, it's more than 3 or 4. It is more. It is more than that. It's not like RAM or anything where you got the big 3 in the RAM cartel and all that. That case is my current favorite. Could look at air coolers for the CPU too, please. I would actually, if you're going to get a different cooler, I would not go with an air cooler for that case. If you're doing side intake, it's suboptimal for an air cooler. Air coolers sort of rely on the sort of wind tunnel effect that you get from having front intake and rear exhaust. But when you have side intake, there's less of that sort of, it is exchanging the air within the case, which is very important, right? But you can't really brute force that like you can with an AIO. So I would suggest not an air cooler. I would suggest an all-in-one liquid cooler instead. And like I said, Thermalright is just killing it in that market. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Thermalright Aqua Elite V3. $54.90. This is cheaper than quite a big number of air coolers. And yes, I know, like the Thermalright Phantom Spirit 120 is $35, but the amount of air exchange you get in the case based on these would be 3 exhaust fans here. You might be thinking, oh wait, that's going to be a negative air pressure setup inside the case, right? Well, these have resistance that your intake fans don't have to deal with because they have to push through a radiator. That's, you know, so it actually balances out to where you kind of have a neutral pressure setup. Negative pressure setups are my least favorite. They can draw dust in through unfiltered ventilation in the case because there's a little bit of suction going on. That's how negative pressure works. Positive is my favorite, but you need a few more intake fans to make that happen. Yeah, but comparing it to like the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 Pro, which to be fair is a little bit higher performance, though you do have to look out for some clearance issues. It does have a thicker radiator, meaning if you mount it on the top for exhaust, it's going to be hanging down a bit more. You might have RAM clearance issues, things like that, depending on the case. But yeah, Corsair Nautilus. Sure, this is a pretty basic Corsair cooler. $130. And I promise you, the performance is going to be very comparable. So I would go with Thermalright. I mean, they're just shaking up the market. But let me show you something, though, real quick before I... Well, first off, we're going to make sure we select LG 1700. Go at 360, and then we go. We're already searching by price. If you want less RGB, you can go with this one. It's still pretty elaborate, but... Oh, the Be Quiet Pure Loop 2, a non-RGB option. There's another one. There's an option here that is... Be Quiet is a great brand. I like the way they have the pump in line, which by that I mean the pump is not in the radiator or in the... Wow, great picture. Thank you, PC Part Picker. It's actually in the tubes, meaning it's much easier to ensure that your pump is not at the top of the loop. Yeah, $50 for this is actually quite good. And you don't have RGB fans, which, based on you saying, yes, you do want RGB, but not too much, might be a good option. Yeah, look at this. Antec. The Antec Skeleton. I hadn't heard of this thing. I kind of like the CPU pump block on that. Kind of cool. But basically, Thermalright Aqua Elite, different versions of it. You pick which one you like, and they're about $50. Now, the reason I suggest this, I feel like for a power supply, anyone could make one, but I don't know. Not quite. There are a lot of industry standards you got to have. Plus, there are the more relationships manufacturers of complex components like that have, the better, because they, like, if you have, let's say Seasonic, right? They don't make all the little capacitors and all the little devices that go inside the power supply. They source those, but then they put it all together. Oh, snap. Okay. Hang on 1 second here, because WXFan21 just dropped 1,000 biddies. Let's go, nerds. WX, thank you for the support. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Was not expecting it. But yeah, I have been getting to talk tech a little bit more lately, and it feels good. Feels good, bro. Now, if I may ask, Panther, I don't want to just I don't just want to write off the fact that you specifically requested an air cooler. So could you tell me what the reason is for that? Because here's the way that I think of it, right? If we look at the case, which we can wait, hold on. Hello. Okay, if we look at the case, essentially, the case comes with 3 intake and 1 exhaust fan. If you have an air cooler, it's going to have to just grab air from inside the case. It's not having air pushed directly at it like you would with a front intake rather than side intake. And then it has to put it, then it'll push it right out the back here. But with an all-in-one liquid cooler, that adds exhaust fans for the top here. So you have complete fans all the way around. It's all included for basically $53 or so, and it completes the look of the case, in my humble opinion. I will. I was going to do that. I just wanted to kind of go over why I prefer using an AIO. Another thing is, if your son's going off to college, that means this thing's going to need to be packed into a box for that. And if you have a dual tower air cooler, all that weight is just hanging off the mount for the motherboard, right? The socket and the mounts there. Whereas with an all-in-one liquid cooler, all the weight, most of the weight, is mounted to the chassis with the radiator. And all you have going to the motherboard itself is just the tubes and the CPU block and the pump block. So I definitely suggest that for a PC that's going to get moved around for sure. If you have an air cooler, you have both the GPU and the air cooler as parts that can be jostled and get out of place, have to be remounted. I have shipped PCs with air coolers, and I will never do that again. It's a real pain in the butt. Aqua Elite V3. Tried and true. This thing is very good. There is a V6. I'll probably go with the later version. It is like $1 more, if I'm not mistaken. Thermal, right? I don't know if you ever answered on the case color thing, but black is fine. That's the one you chose for the form. But okay, here we go. I go down here. I choose 360. Frozen. Oh, it's got a little screen. That's cool. No price, though. There's the latest version, the V6. I used this in a build about I think like 8 months ago, something like that. It was very nice. Hot pink, super hot neon pink. Hey, that sounds rad to me. I've built pink PCs. They're awesome. Okay, look at this. Full list right here with 2 parts that you did not request and we're under budget. That is what I miss doing. I miss doing this every stream. I miss doing this every stream. Let's go ahead and save this first. I think we did one for you before, but we're going to say 2 right here. It's not private. Save. There we go. Well, thank you very much. I think the most important thing there is the whole, like, the fact that it is much safer for moving it around. It's a lot less stressful to move it around that way, which I personally really like. That's not. I'm not gonna edit the tier list here. There we go. All right. Dungeon rings, baby. There it is. All right. Okay. That was fun. I had fun. Thank you for giving me a reason to do that. And you know what? Let us know what the finished build looks like. I hope your son likes it. And that CPU upgrade, gonna be pretty nice. The only thing that I would do is I would absolutely install a fresh operating system. Start from scratch. Because that's multiple chipset generations. You're going from 10th gen to 14th generation, which, by the way, puts it only 1 back from the current generation, and you still get to use DDR4. Oh God, I just need to make sure I just need to triple check. Yes, it is a DDR4 motherboard with 4 RAM slots, of course. So, and better connectivity. You even have the front USB Type-C here. Don't forget to connect that. And the case that we're using does have a front Type USB-C, a front USB-C port, I should say. Just great connectivity with this. Only 2 M.2 slots here, but still quite good. Okay. I love that Bray is pumping his mic up. Oh, why does your mic have the light effects on stream? Does it? It was probably, oh, because it was reflecting this. Watch. Hold on. If I have it pointed the right way. I don't know. Where was that? Was it here? Hold on. I don't know. Oh. Oh yeah, no, it's my shirt. Yeah, it's my shirt. Yeah, I noticed when I was setting up the stream, I'm wearing this like it's not. Oh, here, I'll show you. Here, let me just turn off the green screen effect real quick. Turn off the chroma key. Yeah, it's not the same color as my background at all, as my green screen. But if I mess with the tolerance, it was sort of like kind of crunchy looking and not quite right. So I messed with the tolerances in the opposite way. Instead of making it to where it wouldn't green screen it out, I was like, hold up a second. That looks sick. I was like, nah, let's go. It's like, but you can see where the effect is gone. Watch. See that? That line right there? Because really all it is I was just like, okay, let me just pop this in there. That is all it is. Yeah. I think it would actually be kind of cool to just have a t-shirt with just a green screen colored block on it. Just like a rectangle. So you can kind of just display stuff on your shirt. That'd be kind of neat. In stream or in a video or something like that. I think that'd be really cool. Okay. So, all right. I think it's time to jump into TCG Live now. I am apprehensive, but let's give it a shot. Let's give it a go. After I just teleport out of here for just a second and return shortly. I'm back. Don't WX. Come on. You're fine without me. You're good. Okay. Did I zoom in too much on the screen when I set this up? Let me see. It's a little bit too much zoom in on the screen. Let me make that a little bit less, just so I'm not hiding too much from the screen when I do that. Plus the fact that it doesn't zoom in as much on the screen and it zooms in more on me is a cool little effect. So I'm in ranked here, run a casual game just to get into it. I'm probably going to get a perfect draw on the first one. It's going to get me all overconfident and I'm going to get completely owned in ranked. That's okay. WX, when do I get to hear you do comms for Pokemon TCG, Pokemon tournaments? Love to hear that. You do need to have a lot of knowledge of it. There's so much to learn. Anytime you want to run comms for anything, you need to know the thing that you're talking about. If that wasn't the case, I would try to sign up for everything because it's so much fun. Can we go back to the original TCG? What's wrong with this? It's still the original. It's the same TCG. It's been running for 30 years. No basics. All right, that's fine. I mean, I guess, but that kind of keeps it interesting. You can't have the same game for 30 years. I mean, I did play CS for quite a while in my youth. Not Psyduck. Well, maybe it'll scare them if they have a fire deck because they do the Charizard sleeves. That is not what I wanted. Oh, they got a bad first draw too. That is funny. Okay. This is terrible. It's a terrible start. I already have Dawn. I really just can't do anything. I guess I put an energy on Psyduck to pull it out of there eventually. What a waste of that, but sure. Let's try to pull a Lily. Let's see. Yay! All right, I have to move this microphone. It is driving me crazy. Perfect. Okay. Well, not really, because now it's doing that. There we go. I played CS from like 1.6 onward, and I stopped around CS:GO. Once I started getting tremors in my hands, I couldn't shoot anymore. And the tremors are not just for when I'm not doing anything and my hands are just idly shaking. If I try to make any quick, accurate movements, they can be quick. It's the second part that I can't get, the accuracy. Was that B-Drill? I am up against B-Drill EX right now. Oh boy, I love this. Even if I lose, I get to learn what other B-Drill players are doing with their deck. That is so funny. All right, so we need to get Celebi out in front, or we're going to have a real bad time. See, I don't run Ultra Ball. Maybe I need to. I removed it because I wasn't using it. Okay, so now that I have an energy, I could use Dawn. Okay, and I'm going to, because I also have a Forest of Vitality. Ah, but I'm not getting a Weedle. I already have Arboliva in there, so let me grab a Beedrill. Do they not have Celebi? Are they just using Dunsparce rotations to get cards? Because that could be it. And we will traverse time. That's not old for me yet. Y'all let me know when it's old for you so I can just keep doing it anyway because I like it. Okay, we already have a forest ready to go, but it's going to help us both out, so I'm not worried about losing it. They're obviously aiming to get Beedrills out as soon as possible, whereas I could use Arboliva EX. Okay, so we get a Weedle. Okay, here's what I need. Smoliv, Dolliv, and Weedle. Done. Bray, if you ever want to do comms with me for CS2, you have an open invite. I might want to do that. I mean, it sounds like fun. I just don't know. I don't know. I would need to, like, I've listened to a lot of the map rando commentary, and that helps me sort of know what needs talking about. I would need to watch a lot of CS2 stuff in order to do that, because I am so out of the loop on that. I gotta put Psyduck in front again? This sucks. This is actually terrible. But it's okay. I'm going to be way farther ahead than they are. Like, way ahead of them here. All right. This is going to help them too, though. Please just kill my Psyduck. Can you just please do that for me? I don't need Shaman, but sure. I can't actually do anything this turn because they killed my Celebi and Psyduck had to go up front again. But I could put Celebi out for another round of that. Once I get to 3 Beedrills, like, we are set. But now that I put out a Forest of Vitality, if they have the means to get 2 bee drills as well, it's just going to be who gets there first. Been doing for 3.5 years. No, I know you love that. I love doing that. That's great. It's just good when you can find something like, oh no, are you serious? They're running Vivian with this. That is disgusting. All right, thank you. That is actually going to ruin me for the next turn, because what they're going to do is they're going to get Vivian going, and then I'm going to lose the cards that I pull right now. Watch. This is I'll play through it. You know what? Just to mess with them, I could Boss's Orders Pheasantipity up here and kill it, but I didn't set that up, so. We'll energy search. We'll grab the energy. We'll put it on a Beedrill because we need it. I could actually take out their Spupa, and I should. But I'm gonna play through it. I want to see this, how this works out. It's fine. And let's just annoy them by moving up their Pheasantipity EX. Because then they have to spend an energy on taking it out of there. That's pretty funny. Nope. Yeah, that's there's Hilda looking for Vivian. Ah, dang it, I knew it. I knew it. That's so annoying. Now, I don't think they don't have to do anything because Vivian uses an ability. Yep, I'm gonna go down to 4 cards here. Watch. This is what I have in my Decidueye deck, but it's needed there because Decidueye can only do its attack with 1 energy if your opponent has 4 cards in their hand specifically. So yeah, Vivian is just so troll. I love it. Actually, that's a great answer to Alakazam. Okay, I pulled the lilies though. We good. That was really lucky on my part. Like, really lucky. I could straight up end up with another Beedrill again. This is getting close. They're down to 3 prize cards. No, okay. Almost. Look at that. I have the Kakuna and the Beedrill EX. I just did not have the Weedle. Dang it. Okay. All right, Rumbling Bees it is. Oh, they're going to do lilies. If they have enough cards in their hand. Oh, they got 6. That's right, because they have taken some prize cards. I have not, by the way. Don't know if you noticed that. But we do have Zerosix, just to annoy them, because they are doing this. Actually, they're going to do it to us. Actually, we're going to lose it. They're going to do Grand Wing again, and we're losing our cards. It would be a pretty good idea to get Arbolive out front to take out Vivian. They're going to rotate out. That's fine. Yep. As I thought. And there's Weedle. Okay. Don't need Shaman, but okay. Come on, come on. I should have used Buddy Buddy Poff in there, but yeah, I didn't. What would I use with Night Stretcher? Get it for energy? Yeah, I could do that. What do I use this for? Let's try this one more time. This might net us, haha, get it? A Kakuna and a Beedrill. It might. It got us a Kakuna. That I'll have to be happy with. Get out of here. Get out of here. I know it's only one prize card, but that thing had to go. Now I wish I had Xerosic. Yeah, you can hide that thing. I'm still going to snipe it. Zomblers, Conscious Gaming. For 8 ADV? What does that mean? Advanced. Okay, that makes sense, but like that's what the word is, right? But like, what does that mean versus... Oh, different divisions. Okay. Got it. Really trying to get that Vivillon back out. I'll just snipe it again. Although I hate that because it's just a one prize card. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Well, that's a problem. That's actually going to take this out in one hit. So Vivillon could be an interesting alternate deck. It is interesting, especially against Alakazam. God, they would hate that so much. That is annoying, and they're gonna win this thing. They're like way ahead of me on this. Not Weedle again. I don't need another Weedle. I could just Lilies here. Let's do that. Not what I needed. Neat. Okay, well, I should have used Boss's Orders to pull this thing back up, and I had Boss's Orders. Yeah. Okay. Really not anything we can do now. There's really not anything we can do. They have one prize card remaining. We'll go ahead and concede here. So what do they... So they don't have Celebi. But Celebi, ever since I added it, it makes so much sense. Like, it got me set up. But Vivillon won the game for them. Because, I had a good hand, and they just destroyed it. Like, every single turn, you get to knock your opponent down to 4 cards in their hand. But it's 3 cards to get it going. At least with Forest of Vitality, you get to evolve them immediately. But let's see. I'm going to do this. Let's make a duplicate. Okay? And what would we get rid of? They did not have Arboliva. They got rid of Arboliva. And Arboliva does fall if you get 3, like against another Beedrill deck. If you have 3 out, that's 330 damage versus 310. In order to fix that, I got 2 options. I replace it with something else, or use Hero's Cape, which is an A-spec card. You have a chance of pulling it, maybe. And it's just not ideal, I would say. But yeah, in this alternate deck, we're going to... we have 2, 2, and 2 for Smoliv, Dolliv, and Arboliva. So we're going to remove those. And we're going to go with the Vivillon, or however you want to say it, evolution line. Oh, here, let me go actually the other way around. If I just come back and I go to S, it'll be there. They'll all be there in one spot. That one has Call for Family, which is actually really good. So if I pull this as a basic, I get Call for Family for 1 energy. That's actually pretty good. It's not a very powerful Call for Family, but hey, it's something. Really a shame that this one does not have an illustration rare. Let's give this a try. I'm excited. I'm excited to try that. With Celebi plus Vivillon, we can pull the cards we need, and our opponents cannot get the cards they need. Oh, man. That's a great score, Bunny. But yeah, we're ready to go. We'll try that. I want to give it a shot. That's a great idea. I like it. Oh, we need to make it our active... Man, I cannot imagine how great it'll be if I come up against Alakazam and every single turn they get busted down to 4 cards. Like, I don't need Xerosic's Machinations with this deck, the way this is set up. So that's an extra trainer card that I can have or something like that. Because with this, it's like running Judge only for your opponent every single turn for free. And with Shaman, that helps protect my bench. So that'd be very annoying overall. I'm just really going to miss sniping things with Arboliva because it's so good. Celebi plus an energy. Great start. Love that. I don't know if we're going first, though. I hope not. I didn't pay attention. Maractus. Interesting. If this Pokemon's the active spot is knocked out by damage, put 6 damage counters on the opposing... That's crazy. It's a really good card. Okay. Defensively, anyway. I mean, it hardly does anything. Now, this is interesting. If they do corner, Celebi gets stuck in the active spot. I can't retreat it. But while it's stuck there, it's just going to be getting me Pokemon after Pokemon after Pokemon. So I have to note here, I already have forests, so that's good. But we can get we can use Celebi now to actually build out Vivillon right now. So why don't we do that? And every turn, they have to start from scratch. This is so funny. So Lampent is crazy. Look at this. Spreading Light. Search your deck for up to 3 Lampent and put them onto your bench and shuffle your deck. This is the Mega Chandelure EX deck. So this is actually pretty scary. WX, what's up? Now, I'm not going to do this now because they're down to 1 card. That would be giving them 3 cards. But they don't need to have a bunch of cards because they're just going to use this and get 2 more Lampents on their bench. Now, they might get rid... I don't think they have a stadium, so I'm going to go ahead and just get a Kakuna and 2 Beedrills here. Why are they all the regular ones? Well, I want my purple ones. Really enjoying Mega Chandelure? Nice. I haven't gotten there yet. When building PC, how do you add in the little things, Wi-Fi connection software, drivers, and a lot of the back-end stuff? Windows will do a lot of that for you. A lot of that's done by Windows, so you don't have to worry about it. Oh, thanks for the extra Kakuna, I guess. How are they running on so few cards? I guess they just didn't draw anything to draw cards. Vivillon's doing nothing here. I'd actually like the Dunsparce, please, but okay. And I did not need 2 more lilies. What the heck is that? That's fine. We traverse time to get another Beedrill, I guess. Sounds good to me. Yeah, but that's also that stuff. I'm gonna have that on there for you. I'm gonna install Windows, get it all going for you. Create, just create a basic account on there that's not like a Microsoft one. Just throw it on there, and you'll be good to go right off the bat. Sweet. Okay. I guess they know what's up because they're keeping their card count low, and I don't think that's on purpose. I don't know that that's on purpose. I don't think it is, but I guess we just got to keep Celebi here because it can't retreat. They're just gonna kill it, I guess. It still doesn't help me. They don't have many cards, but okay. I guess it's something. What could I possibly need? Well, nothing really. So we'll do Solar Cutter. The thing is that's kind of sad about this is like if they get a Lilies and they get a bunch of cards and they're finally gonna be like, okay, my deck is finally active, I can finally do things. Then I'm like, oh, now they're gonna move Maractus out. Okay, cool. They need an extra. No, they can't. They need an extra energy on here. Okay. Oh, now it's dead. Perfect. Okay. Now I can move Shaman out, so that's kind of cool. Just to protect the bench. Okay, I have energy. I'm gonna hold on to what I've got here. Now, if I break this thing, it's gonna be a bad time, but we gotta do what we gotta do. It's just gonna do 60 damage to Beedrill. It'll be fine. I've got Max Rod if I need to bring it back. Oh, let me attach an energy to you. Oh, no, you're good. No worries. A lot of times, depending on the motherboard you have, you just download the motherboard software and it does everything for you. It's pretty nice. You just got to be careful. Sometimes you get a lot of bloatware when you do that. You have to turn off certain things like, oh, good, McAfee. No, thank you. I don't need that. Windows Defender is perfectly fine. That is another thing. You don't need to run antivirus software usually. Windows Defender for just a regular consumer PC is more than enough. You just have to keep Windows up to date and you're golden. Why do you need to use this when you can act? Oh, okay, so you have LGM, move an energy from your opponent's blood to another. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. But yeah, this lets you just put 3 Lampents on your bench. So they can just do that. Litwick here isn't going to be doing much, though. A rare candy. Interesting. And this Chandelure. I know there's a reason to have a regular Chandelure and a Mega Chandelure. Once in your turn, each player may draw a card. I can't for the life of me draw the Dunsparce. What the hell? Is Mega coming out? There it is. 50 more damage for each. Okay. 230 is pretty good. So my retreat cost is up. 1 energy extra. That's not a problem because we can do that. But now I'm not going to one-shot this thing. It'll be close, but I'm not. Cool, cool. Doesn't help. Give me energy. Oh my God. Where are my energies at? Okay, what do I do? I'm going to use Dawn just to get to Dunsparce. I don't need anything else. It's a little overkill, I know. But that's fine. Okay, that should do it. And let's go ahead and put out a Weedle. Get another Beedrill going. They have had such a low card count. Vivillon has done nothing here. This was a worst deck to start testing this new setup with. But we almost one-shot it. I mean, we do more damage than Mega Chandelure does. Particularly because this is focused on retreat cost. There are some, like, I don't know, probably Metagross, I think, that has a higher retreat cost. But the ability Binding Flame gives your opponents, your Pokemon +1 to retreat cost, okay? So A Beedrill EX has a retreat cost of 1 energy. You discard that energy and you get to retreat it, put another Pokemon up. This makes it 2. Then Phantom Maze does 50 more damage for each cost, however many your retreat cost is. So it raises the retreat cost and then does extra damage based on the retreat cost. But Beedrill only has a single point of retreat cost normally. So, yeah, we'll lose a Beedrill, but they'll lose a Mega, meaning they take 2 prize cards, we take 3. But they're switching it out. But I have boss's orders, so that ain't doing nothing. Wait, what does Mind Ruler do? Hold on, excuse me? Mind Ruler does 30 damage for each card in your opponent's hand. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's very annoying. Thankfully, it's fine. I don't know if I want to have another energy right now, but I kind of need it. So now what I need to do, first off, we're going to... I need to take out this Chandelure here. They have 2 of them. Okay, that's actually a huge problem. So what we do is... we will Lily's Determination. I should take an energy, though. That's going to reduce this. The damage they can do pretty well. I can't get rid of these. That sucks. Okay. Well, we can do this. Yeah, that's great. Okay. I didn't boss's orders, but that's fine. We'll just kill this thing. They'll put up another one. They might take out another Beedrill, but whatever. It's 30 for every card in the hand. So I won't one-shot. This is a good deck. It's fun. Not for me. Oh, come on. The prize card. I forgot about that. Why does the holo look so weird on this? Do you see this like thing where there's like the lines on it? Is that bugging or something? Or is it always like that and I'm crazy? Wait, why did I... oh, we both drew a card. Oh, so the ability, just like with Mega Chandelure, the ability boosts the attack. Alluring Light boosts Mind Reader because both of you draw a card and this does damage based on how many cards your opponent has in their hand. Okay. That's awful. Okay. And what is this? Gravity Gemstone. As long as Pokemon's card is attached to the active spot, the retreat cost of both is 1 more. That's interesting. Okay. So that means this can do an extra 50. So 280. Not enough to take it out in 1 hit, but 280. I can't get rid of these cards. I mean, I could do this. Let's just use Dawn and then just not draw anything. Oh, I'm an idiot. I could have grabbed a Beedrill from that. If I had 4. I don't think I had 4. I think one of them's prized out. So that brings that down. Unfortunately, when I kill Mega Chandelure, this is going to go up to 9, and they'll be able to knock something out. Whoa. Oh, no. I can't retreat. That sucks. I lose. Well, no. They'll get down to 1 prize card. Whatever. Yeah. They're going to win in 2 turns. Unless... No, I might win. I might actually win. And there's the B-drill. Cool. And I have boss's orders. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I don't need to have boss's orders. Unless I need it. I might need it. I might actually win this. Okay. Hey, thanks for the energy. Sure. I might actually win this. Yeah, never mind. Holler, what's up? Print lines, Shanala. Print lines on the... maybe it is kind of a special one because of that. Because look at this one. It doesn't have that. That's weird. I've never noticed that. It's like there's... You see these little like... There's like little icons for something here. I don't know what it is. Nice. To be able to just use a 40... Oh, wait. Oh, they conceded. Okay. That was fun. That was good. You're not going to believe what Gigabyte is doing? I'll probably believe what they're doing. I feel like I'll believe what they're doing. But hit me with it. That is a fun deck. For both regular Chandelure and Mega Chandelure, the ability feeds directly into the damage of the attack. I know I clicked continue. Hello. They're releasing the B550 Elite Wi-Fi 7 board. Oh, that's cool. Good. I don't hope they're not doing it for too much money. But yeah, that's more DDR4 motherboards. I just helped somebody out with a PC earlier with an upgrade, and DDR4 motherboards are just really hard to find. All right. Wait, where am I at now here? Well, let's do these. Almost to 50. I'm going to refresh this. I don't... Okay. They really want me to use my... They're like, come on, he's the box art. Let's get the box art Pokemon being played. Come on. I actually have a decent amount to collect here. Oh, wait, I am at 50. I got to level 50. Let's go. The second M.2 slot is still PCIe 3. They should have made it dual PCIe 4. True. However, I mean, you could just get an M.2 carrier card for a PCIe slot, and then that goes around that. But also, there's the thing about it is, if you're buying extra storage, like you're trying to find a couple terabytes of M.2, and you get a PCIe Gen 3 drive or whatever, or you're not, if you get a cheaper Gen 4 drive, you're not really losing out on much. All right, time to open some stuff. Let's go. Trainer points, trade credits. And you, yeah, that's a good deck. I'm excited about that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing about it is that with AM4, like right now, we're actually kind of we were getting used to like having your boot drive be PCIe Gen 5 and all the benefits that come with that. But like, well, for those who will use it for that kind of purpose. But yeah, Bluetooth 5.4. Oh, so they upgraded that. That's good. What about the Wi-Fi standard on it? Wi-Fi 7, like you said. That's cool. Okay, it's right there in the name. Oh, it makes too much sense. So yeah, this is obviously for Mega Chandelure. We just saw that in action. It's just another 50 damage to your attack, and it also makes it harder for your opponent for your opponent to retreat their active. Okay, 8 packs of this. Oh, there was something at the first card, and I skipped past it. Wi-Fi 7 with easy plug and antenna. Okay. I'll say I am still iffy on the easy plug-in antenna. It just doesn't make sense to me. First off, it's proprietary. They didn't make a standard, which is par for the course, but I hate it. But secondly, how often are you plugging in and unplugging your Wi-Fi antenna? Really? Not often for the average person. So it doesn't really make sense to me. It is just a nice modernization feature, I know. It's just that the fact that it is proprietary just bothers the heck out of me. Got the Primarina up to 4 now. Nice. Not that I'm using it or anything, but... And there is the... I got 2 of the SIRs. Nice. That's really good because you cannot use points to get it. The trade credits. You can't use trade credits to get it. I got that Silva Ally just now. And ultra rare. Illustration rare and ultra rare in one pack. Interesting. I got a double. Mega Slowbro. Who's using Mega Slowbro here? I have to wonder. I haven't run into it yet. Or more Pekko EX. Well, I have the Aeros. Okay, I only unplug that when I clean it, which is every 3 months. Okay. That's fair. I mean, when it comes down to it, the Wi-Fi antenna is a part of the PC rather than sort of a cable that comes off the back and is just hanging there. So moving it is a pain. It's like usually the antenna bases are magnetic. It's not. It's just one of those things. Like I hate the like micro coax connectors that are on the. But it's like it's not proprietary. At least you can get anything off of Amazon, including some upgraded antennas, and they just work. But nope, not with these, and that does bother me. But I'm always finding something that bothers me. It's whatever. I'm just a crotchety old fogey at this point. Well, that was awesome. Now let's go check out the... Oh, hold on. Let's see how far we are in the... 184 out of 194 cards. Look at that. Yo, we got the Asako Ito reverse. Look at that. There you go. Digitally, anyways. Maybe I got it. I might have gotten that reverse, actually. I got either that or the Yukimori. Physically, I mean. Not in the game here. Just pulled this today. Let's go. This Armarouge is sick. I think I pulled one of these. Maybe in Japanese, though. And again, probably the just the prettiest card in the set. Although I love the art style of this. Like, are you kidding me? Nakamura freaking killed it with a Shuppet in the background. And I got 2 of these. Which, again, you can't use points for that. Got the Gwyn. And I did pull this one. In Japanese, I pulled 2 of those, actually. Would love to get this card. I love the art style here. And I love how they add the texture, too. It looks really cool. Otherwise, I see RDNA 2 and RDNA 3 laptops are finally coming out and good prices. Relative to the current market or just objectively good prices? Akira Igawa is an absolute mad lad with this. Just crazy. It's so funny because I just think that in-game, in 3D, right? 3D graphics, Mega Darkrai does not work. But on 2D art, oh, 100%. It's creepy as hell. Okay, so now we should have Mega Chandelure. Do we not? Am I crazy? Where is it? Oh, here we go. Mega Chandelure EX. Of course, you got this, the Gravity Gemstone to add additional 50 damage to Mega Chandelure's attack. Let's go in here and let's dress this thing up. Let's make a duplicate. What does Aridos do? Your opponent's active evolution Pokemon retreat cost is 1 point more. So that works with Mega Chandelure. Yeah. It just sits on the bench. It's a bench warmer. I'm just excited for this to happen. 3 Lampent, put them on your bench. Up to 3 Lampent. That's just crazy. But that lets you also get that. Wait, there's no regular Chandelures in here? Where's the regular Chandelure? That is a missed opportunity. So, okay. First off. 1, 2. Do I want 4 of these? I don't know. Of course, Pheasantipity and Meowth make their appearance. Of course. They should just have a 1-button press thing to get the highest rarity on every card in your deck. Like, they should just have that. Why are there 2 Pheasantipity EXs? That's from Ascended Heroes, and this is from... Okay, yeah. I only have 1 of the reverse. Okay, we can't have that. The ones with the Ryzen 100 series and 200 series, yeah, to the current market. Really? I've seen them for good deals here. Still onboard graphics, but not bad. Well, I mean, if they have USB 4 and you had the dough for it, you could get an eGPU. It just, I just doubt it. If it's like the entry-level ones, I don't think they're going to have USB 4. But it's maybe an option. I don't know. Yeah, I'm silly with this, but it is what it is. I just like to have the shiny cards, okay? So Lily's Clefairy, 20 more damage for each benched Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's, is interesting here. Like, why? Why Lily's Clefairy? You know? They don't have USB 4, but this is mainly for video editing at 1080p second system I'm looking at. Okay. I mean... connectivity can be important for video editing machines as well, for data transfer. But I mean, if you have network in a NAS, then you can just do it over the network. But yeah, connectivity can be important there too. I don't know. Yeah, I guess just to have a basic EX to put out there and just do damage based on bench, I guess. Why not, I suppose? And I mean, we're using psychic energy anyway. Oh, where I didn't put Lampent back in apparently. Why did I leave Lampent out? Okay, 1 second. There we go. Oh, you got it, Shanala. Have a good one. Ryzen 5 150 and 660M with 16 gigs of DDR5 4800 megahertz is the one I saw. Asus VivoBook. Yeah, you know what? I wish Strix Halo was cheaper. I have the Flow Z13, the Asus ROG Flow Z13. Strix Halo goes kind of crazy. I've done video editing on it, and it's actually kind of nuts. They need to just, they do. I mean, they did have a surplus of that, which is cool because, I mean, you had your RAM and everything all taken care of and everything for those, but I just wish that they had overproduced on those and that the price was lower. But it is pretty awesome. To me, it just says AMD is like really going to be killing it with these chips more in the future. Now, the funny thing is they call it a gaming tablet. The thing weighs like 7 pounds or something. Like holding it like a tablet, your arms would go numb. It's crazy. But it's still a very cool device. Now, I got to figure out how to get regular Chandelure in here. And that might mean having 2 fewer of these and putting in 2 regular Chandelure. Because that attack was crazy. Trainers, there's a lot of trainer cards. Okay. But yeah, they overpriced, but that has the Ryzen 9 AI, right? It's not like the higher core count one. It's the lower core count one. I can't complain. I didn't buy it. I didn't pay for it. But that was when I was working with Asus to try and do more mobile stuff. And then they kind of stopped talking to me. And I was like, the market died. So I stopped making tech content. So it just never came about. But it's my favorite travel device. It could do with better connectivity, but I have a USB 4 hub. So all the connectivity I need when I'm on the go, pretty much. It's a pretty good one by Razer. My only complaint about it is the SD card slot doesn't work, but I ain't saying nothing because, again, I miss the days when companies would send me stuff. They just don't have the marketing budget anymore. I've straight up been told that. I had like 4 collabs that I was working on after, like leading up to CES, and then at CES they were like, "Yeah, we're canceling most of our activations." And I'm like, because of Ramageddon. Okay, let's do these. So Buddy Buddy Poffin, 4 of these. I don't usually run 4, but okay. Let's see. One Night Stretcher. Two Pokepads. Perfect. I got 2 of those. 2 rare candies. All right. Why do I keep doing this first? One special red card. Special red card? I don't know about special red card. It's funny when it works, but like you're losing when you use it. But it helps you lose less, I guess. So there's that. And it's only 1 in the deck. I might remove it to get the... Like, I might remove a few of these to get the other Chandelure in there. Lucky for me, I have a Samsung A11 Plus tablet for my travel device. That's a good one, too. Tablets, man, when those things were coming up, it was crazy to watch the improvements from generation to generation. Now, it's not as much from generation to generation, but it doesn't need to be. Like, they're already very impressive devices for what they do. That's why I say, though, like, I wouldn't call the Z13 a tablet. It's not like tablets are slim, they're lightweight. This thing is neither. In a lot of ways, a Strix Halo laptop would be better because if I want to use it on an airplane or something, it has to have a kickstand on the back, and then just a sort of not floppy like it's the cover is the keyboard, which is a nice keyboard for what it is, but it doesn't really work as a device on your lap. It is nice though that the thermals are on the back of the screen, so if you are on your couch or something, you're not smothering the thing. But also because all the hardware is in behind the screen, that means any USB cables you have plugged into it are hanging off of the screen very awkwardly. Just ergonomics, or just ergonomic concerns. That's all it is. I actually had a thing that could hold it up, like hold the screen up for me, and I could use a controller or wireless keyboard and mouse like at my couch. That was kind of cool. But it is a very heavy device for the size. What was I doing? Ultra Ball. I might reduce the count of these. These are a little tough sometimes because you have to give up 2 cards to summon anything. So we'll do 1 fewer of these. So we'll do remove 4, put in 3. Oh, perfect. I have 3 of these. Wondrous Patch can be great later in the game because you can pull from the discard pile for energy. That is a cool looking card. I have not played a Psychic deck yet, so this is going to be exciting. Oh, cool. I have 2 of these. Nice. This is where I get a little scared. See, when I'm playing Beedrill EX or Decidueye EX, which I haven't played that in a while, you play 4 stadiums, and you will win the stadium fight because you just have more of them. The whole thing about a stadium is once it's played, the only way it gets removed is if there's a Pokemon move that does it, or if your opponent plays a different stadium. So the more stadiums you have, the more likely you are to have yours be the last one that goes up. Now, Crispin is interesting. Very interesting. Oh, there's only 1 in the deck. Okay. Cool. I only have 1 of the cool ones. It's an interesting card. Just pulling 2 different types of energy, putting 1 in your hand, putting 1 in your Pokemon. It's pretty cool. So only 1 Hilda. Got it. Oh, no. 3 Hildas. My bad. And of course, just like every deck, 4 Lily's Determination. No fewer than 4. I'm actually going to put the Ultra Rare in there as well. I always run just all the SIRs, but no, we'll put an Ultra Rare in there as well. Just to mix it up a bit. A Ruffian. I apparently don't have this. I do have this card IRL, but I don't have it in here. We'll exchange for one. It's $12.50. That's a lot, but whatever. I don't care. Petrol. There's 3 Petrols in this. Okay. Or 1. There's 1. I was looking at the available number, not the number in the deck. Okay, there's 1. That is normal. You see just 1 usually. Petrol's just there to get you other trainer cards. 1 air balloon. Okay. Cool. I've got this 1. And finally, the Gravity Gemstone. There's just a reverse holo of this, but of course I'm getting it. I mean, are you new here? Of course I want the cool cards. Why is the deck invalid? Because I put 1 fewer Ultra Ball. Okay. What else could I reduce? Maybe 1 fewer Hilda? Probably not. Yeah, I mainly use my phone and tablet on the go. The laptop is literally for a few edits here and there. I mean, there's a thing about me is like, I'd rather have it and not need it than the other way around, right? So I've got, and also I work with the remote editor whenever I'm going to an event where I'm putting out shorts while I'm there. So I'll have either a laptop or the Z13 plus I just can't work with a single monitor anymore. So I have a portable monitor. It takes up this much space in a backpack. It's fine. I mean, of course, it's like that, but my tablet's already there, so, or my laptop, so it just takes up that. It's so nice, and it just works off of USB-C for power and video. And the keyboard that comes with either a laptop or the tablet is fine. I'm not gaming on the thing, and then just a mouse, something nice and ergonomic. I cannot edit with a trackpad. It does not work for me. So that's all of those. Now let's go look at energies. So energy is interesting here. You got, you can't see it because my big old head being in the way. Sorry. But Neo Upper Energy is our ace spec. On any stage 2 Pokemon, this gives 2 of any type of energy. You got Telepathic Energy, which when you attach this, you get to search your deck for up to 2 basic Psychic Pokemon and put them on the bench. And we have 3 Grass and 3 Psychic Energies. It's not a lot. So let's see. Oops. 1, 2, 3. So I got to get 3. Ooh, I like these a lot. Those are super cool. When did I get those? Because I didn't buy those. These are also very cool. Those are like the Black Bolt, White Flare era. Oh, that's sick. These are so expensive. It is so crazy. These are like the same as an illustration rare in price, but they're literally gold cards. So there we go. 1, 2, 3. Like, I might say I want to rebalance the energy, but I've never played the deck, so I don't know that I should be doing that just yet. We gotta run what we brung first. I literally only play Worms on my laptop, which does not need a lot. That's true. Like Worms Armageddon. That is cool. So this is the Chandelure that we want to add in. I would like to have, because this was really scary for me, where they had one in the active spot, and I was like, I'll knock this thing out. Yet they could bring up another one, and I couldn't get cards out of my hand. So I'd like to do 3. I only have apparently 1. Ooh, that's sick. Look at that. This has got the Cosmo Hollow on it. Must have been a promo. Or just Twilight Masquerade. Okay. Let's try to do 3 of these. And I'll probably remove a Mega. I do, like, think about it. You don't need 4 of any Mega, ever. There's just no way. I have to take out, like, a bunch. How many cards do I have right now? Not enough, I guess? Okay. 19 plus 9, 28. 31. I'm a card short, it seems. Wait, did I not add those Chandelures? I just, like, bought them and I didn't add them. There we go. That's what I needed to do. Okay, so we go back to this. So we are still 1 card over. And that's where I can potentially remove special red card, go down to 2 Hildas instead of 3, something like that. But Hilda is needed here. Hilda can pull this. You cannot pull this with, like, Energy Search or something like that. Wait, do we have Switch? I feel like Switch would be important here, no? We have rare candies. We have how many? 2 rare candies. Yeah, that game is still legend today. 100%, yeah. I just wish Nintendo would make a Pokemon game on PC. That would be awesome. Well, guess what I'm playing right now? This is a Pokemon game on PC. It's just not the JRPG type of Pokemon game, to be fair. What do I need to do here? Let's do 1 less Buddy Buddy Poffin. There we go. I just want to keep special red card for the lulz. It is very funny when it works. But I guess we'll try going without switch. I mean, I know I'm like, we got to run what we brung and blah, blah, blah. And I changed up the deck, actually. But let's try it. Oh, I got to customize this. Hold up. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Purple and gold, baby. I don't know if you could tell, but I do like that color combo. Yeah, that's the card game I'm talking about. Like a graphic one, like what they do on Switch 2. Yeah. So like a JRPG kind of thing. The go on an adventure, go catch Pokemon. Yes. Well, I mean, there are ways. There are memes. Memes. There are also memes, to be clear. All right, let's try this in casual. I have no idea how to play this, but we're going to give it a shot. You better have a water deck if you're going to be saying, do you even splash, bro? I'll bet. Like, I don't like it when someone does something like type related and then they don't play that type. What are you doing? Don't know why I'm going first, but I don't know which one's better, so I'm just sure. Litwick up front. Okay. That's probably good. Plus we have a Lilies. We do have Battle Cage. Now, Battle Cage prevents all damage counters from being placed on benched Pokemon. So that might work. But when you think about like Mega Starmie, those aren't damage counters because there's certain Pokemon that say place, 6 damage counters on this or whatever. Then there's other ones that say do 50 damage to something, which is like 5 damage counters. I don't know. This should work. This needs psychic energy, and we don't have any, but I guess we end it there. I just have a grass energy, but okay. I'm going to say the card game looks cool. It's probably cheaper than buying the cards. Guess what? This game is free. There is no way to spend money on or in this game because this is not Pokemon TCG Pocket, which is definitely a gacha game, an NFT collector, basically, because you're collecting JPEGs, then there is a card game you can play in there, but it doesn't follow tournament standard rules. TCG Live, which is this one, is literally here to teach you how to play the game. And then you can play full-on tournaments through it. You can play, go up a ranked ladder, get rewards. You have pre-made decks that are there that you can play right off the bat. And as you play, you get tons of resources to get cards, rip digital packs, get more cards. You get kind of that feeling from it. TCG Pocket is really just a pack ripping simulator, which is why it has made the Pokemon Company International so much money. This one is for the players of the card game, of the physical card game too. Because if you rip a physical pack, well, look at this. These are code cards, and it has a green border, by the way, which is why it's freaking out with the green screen. These are the code cards that you get with packs that you scan it into this game, and you get packs in this game too. Like full-on 10-card packs, just like you do with booster packs in the physical TCG. But you never have to get those code cards or buy packs or anything to play this. It is free. It's on mobile. It's on desktop. It is awesome. Why am I just getting grass energy? What the hell is this? I don't actually know if Mega Chandelure needs all psychic energy, but I'm just going to... Let's just put a grass energy on it to retreat it if we need to. I don't know. Whatever. We'll just Lilies. There's our Mega Chandelure. Do we have a rare candy? We don't. Actually, Lily's Clefairy might go off here. Let's bring it out. We will Poképad for a Lampent. I cannot place a telepathic energy now. I should have waited. I should have waited! Oh, we can get Chandelure too. But we need Lampent. I should not have put these Litwicks out because I don't know how I'm going to do that. I need a Psychic Energy. But Mega Chandelure is... Yeah, I don't need this energy on here. I can't do this. I can only retreat. That was stupid. That was dumb. Hey, it's my first time playing the deck, okay? Mega Darkrai player, calm down. And then we play Meowth. For what? For Hilda. I can't do anything. I messed myself up. We just end the turn there. I shouldn't have put that grass energy there. But the fact that I only have 3 and I pulled 2 of them in the first 2 turns is crazy. Sweet, it says the game's on Android. It is, yes. Put on my tablet and try it out. I hope you do. And there's a ton of guides online. It is... You know how the best games are easy to learn but hard to master? That is the Pokemon TCG. It has been running for 30 years for a reason. It is just that good. I mean, actually, the funny thing is, as expensive as it is to rip sealed products with Pokemon, if you just go to a local, if you, let's say you play TCG Live and you're like, oh no, now I want to play the card game. Don't rip packs. Don't do that. Go to your local card shop, because most of the meta decks out there, you could build the entire deck for 12 bucks just by buying from a card shop's bulk. And everything that you need is there. So then you're playing games with people in person, and you learn how to play it through their free online game. And there are no bots in this game. I'm playing against a person. It is so sick. I'm also somewhat sure you can get the cards you get in physical pack when you enter the code in. No. I mean, I have cards that, like, if you get something that you pulled physically, that is luck. That is good luck. But I have cards digitally that I never pulled physically, and vice versa. Because I got my Charizard SIR in the game, even though I've never actually opened packs with it in. Yeah, no, you don't get, they don't match the cards. That would be way too much work for them to do. The codes are literally just randomly generated codes that get you the product, not matching cards. You would have to have a QR code on every card and scan cards one by one for that to actually work. I'm not paying attention to this game like whatsoever. Ever since I made this mistake, I mentally checked out. I guess I could be putting a card from my hand on top of my deck, but I don't need to do that. My deck doesn't rely on that. This sucks because I can't even use the feature of telepathic energy now. I can't use the Mega Chandelure's attack either. This does raise up their retreat cost, so that's nice. I'm sad that I messed up. And yeah, the character models still look really bad. I shouldn't have put this here. I could have gotten a Neo Upper Energy. Why am I so bad? Why am I so bad at this? Okay. Let's do this. I might regret this, but I could Ultra Ball for Ariados. But I don't need to right now. I don't need to. I'll just Hilda Ariados later. This one's been pretty easy to set up. There's the way they built out the supporter cards is really good in the pre-made deck. Wait, I'm not weak to dark, am I? I'm weak to dark. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna destroy me. I'm weak to darkness. Oh my god. They don't have any damage counters. This is gonna do 220 damage unless they put a damage counter. Oh wait, what are you doing? Why did you do that? You have air balloon. Oh, it's 1 extra because of 2 extra because of Mega Chandelier. That is very funny. That is very funny. I'm going to teach my cleaning lady how to play this game. Yep. I am like basically pressuring my girlfriend and my kiddo to learn the TCG so we can play together. I do collect the physical cards, so I have multiple like easy to play decks that we can all play. Oh, you're doing that to... Okay, so they are trying to do the... But how are they going to get energy onto their Mega Darkrai? Okay, so 1 Sinister Surge. And Monkey Dory can't move it. It's going to move it to me. I don't think they thought this through. But then again, I have a grass energy on a Mega Chandelure. Three retreat cost is diabolical. Now, of course, Pecharunt is really tough for them to lose with the extra retreat costs because it moves Pokemon around. That's its whole thing. This is very funny. But I could also take out their Mega Darkrai, like right now. Let's take out their Pecharunt for them to lower their mobility. Now we can take out their Mega Darkrai with boss's orders, or they can just put it up there. Okay. And then we win unless they take out Mega Chandelure right now, which if they're able to get 2 energy onto Mega Darkrai and a special, well, there has to be a special condition. Oh, they're just bringing Pecharunt back out. Sure thing. Sure thing. Whatever you say. Okay, quick question. What is your favorite Pokemon? That is a tough one for an enthusiast, I will say. If I think about, like, I would say it's easier to just say, like, oh, let me just pick a top 10 or something. Okay, thank you, actually. Because now I can do this and this. I can't do boss's orders, unfortunately, but sure. So it's like Porygon and the Porygon line, because computer plus Pokemon, right? And then there's like, I really like Lucario. Lucario's awesome. One of my favorites. I would say Wartortle is another favorite. I just wish they hadn't done Wartortle dirty by having Blastoise be the stage 2. Dragonite is a lot of people's favorite, so that's nothing different there. Now that worked out pretty well. I made one blunder on that with the grass type there, but that worked out pretty well. Beedrill is another favorite. Absolutely. It like, I would never want to meet one, but it's super cool. Gengar is literally the 2nd most popular Pokemon in the world, but it's a giant purple ghost, okay? That is right up my alley. And particularly, though, specifically, although this just changed the colorway, Shiny Mega Gengar. If you just look up shiny Mega Gengar, you don't want to see that thing on the battlefield. Oh my God. It is so like aggressive looking. It's like, it's so sick. I like Miraidon. I thought that was I thought it was kind of cool to have a game where you have your legendary with you throughout the whole thing. It was pretty cool. I like Scarlet and Violet. Sue me. Have you looked at Shock Drive Genesect? Genesect is sick, but I haven't really played, like, okay, I was going to say I haven't really played a game where Genesect played a major part, but then again, neither have other people who played every Pokemon game, because Genesect was just like kind of whatever, right? Like an addition for like a movie. So, but Genesect is cool. It's a really cool idea to take a fossil Pokemon and then make it mechanical, right? Well, hey, I played a Pokemon, played with a dark type Pokemon. There you go. All right, level 51. Yay. Words are hard. All right. I like this deck. I'm gonna keep going with it. I need to practice it a bit more before I jump back to ranked. Okay, but yeah. Gengar Shiny is scary. In real life, that would be crazy. Yeah, Mega Gengar Shiny. The regular Shiny Gengar is just a very slight color change, but yeah. The thing is, I have a lot of favorites, which I know is not the way the word favorite works. You know? But really, honestly, it just like comes down to how am I feeling? Score Bunny. Score Bunny and Cinderace. Very, very cool evolution line. My favorite starter from Gen 8. But there's just so many good Pokemon. Like it's really tough. I like Darkrai a lot. I don't really like Mega Darkrai. I love the card that the SIR artwork is insane. But if you played Pokemon Legends ZA and you played the DLC and you fought Darkrai, you're like, yo, this dude's kind of silly. Except when it's just the eye. But when his little head's poking out of this weird blimp thing it's got going on, it's so weird, dude. It's so weird. For Alligator's dope. For Alligator's very cool. Well, I will say specifically Shock Drive because it gets yellow on its purple design. Oh, cool. I mean, basically, it would probably be up on my list. It's just like, it's also a pretty weirdly shaped Pokemon. Genesect is. It's like a giant head with a tiny neck. And it's like, that's not optimal engineering-wise because it's like mechanical now and all that. You think they would have done something about it? Well, whatever. It's really cool. I like Genesect a lot. And hey, I did say, Natty, that one of my favorites is Beedrill. So there you go. The bug type getting some love right there. Nice coin choice. I like it. Are you serious? It's just my 2 bench warmers. This is ridiculous. Who has higher HP? All right, Pheasantipity. That is crazy. At least I have a telepathic energy. That lets me get 2 basic psychic energy Pokemon out on the bench. And we're going up against Dragapult EX. Okay. Oh, we got a Litwick. Okay. And I can air balloon Pheasantipity. That's cool. That's awesome that I can pull Lily's Clefairy like that. Actually, let's do this in the other order. just because I'm neurotic like that. I can use Hilda here, actually. But lilies. I need to do lilies. Because I'm going to have too few cards, honestly. I need to wait now. I'll do Lily's next turn just because I pulled this Lampent just now. So I will wait. So Solar Holler, how many because you mentioned like you wish they had some of the typical like adventure Pokemon, RPG Pokemon games, right? On PC. Did you grow up playing any of those, or have you played any of those yourself? Because of course, you know, it might be weird to be like, I'm going to go to this tech YouTuber's stream and talk about tech, and then I'm here playing Pokemon instead of doing tech things. But it's funny how many people from the community who hang out in the streams, even ones who are just in and out now and then, have been like, yeah, I love Pokemon. What the heck? It's a pretty strong overlap. Played up to ZA. Wow. So up to the latest. Nice. What was your first one? But I used to play Pokemon Ruby and Gold. Okay. So but way back then. Okay. Nice. Ah, put on the hero cape, I see. I would really like a rare candy, actually. Let's just do this. Oh, this is good. This is good. I get to make them discard their hero's cape. I have to wait for lilies. This is too good. That was sick. Okay. I don't even care if I can't do anything other than this. Let's do this. No, they'll kill my Lampent. We're just going to make that. We're just going to wait. We're just going to like end the turn. That's so funny. Let me get another Lampent. Or actually, we'll get this Chandelure. And maybe in the next turn... Oh, no. Maybe we do Spinarak. Let's do Spinarak. And get that out on the bench. Yeah, that's the smarter thing to do. Yeah, Risky Ruins. I get it. And, you know, we'll put a Grass Energy on it. Sure. And we just have one Lily's Determination to pull 8 cards in the next turn. That was back when I had the Game Boy Color and the Advance. See, my thing was this. I had the original Game Boy. Link's Awakening was my favorite game there, but also played Pokemon on it. And then I stopped buying Nintendo handhelds. Any allowance money or like then like lawn mowing or whatever money I got, any of that stuff went to computer stuff after that. We got a family computer, and all I cared about was PC gaming at that point. And consoles, like I got up to the SNES basically. And then what else did we have? We had like the Sega and Sega CD, but then I stopped buying consoles for a long time. I didn't get the N64. I had to borrow a friend's PlayStation to play Final Fantasy VII, but that was a very amazing experience, and I will be forever grateful to them for doing that for me. And just like, I don't know. I just got into PC gaming. Like that was my thing. So I didn't like, and when it came to the TCG, because that's been around again for 30 years, you know, I didn't have TCG money because it was just all about PCs for me. From when I was a young teen to now. Eventually I got stuff like I got a PS3 at one point, a Nintendo Wii and things like that. Oh, they want to kill my Clefairy. Interesting. I mean, it's not like when you have a lot of Pokemon on your bench. What's the deal? They just want the points. Oh, oh, 6 damage counters. They're going to kill my Spinnerack. Maybe. That sucks. Yeah, I didn't realize I needed a something to block that. Oops. Oh, well. At least we get to use Pheasantipides flip the script. That's cool. Oh, look, it's Spinnerack. Nice. I just can't evolve it this turn. That sucks because it's going to die again, but okay. They're going to get another prize card for that, and I haven't taken one yet. Yo, Mega Chandelure. Good timing. I really wish I had the... no, I don't want to do that. Do I? I have a Lampent, but he's just going to kill it. No, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. We now flip the script. And I did not get what I wanted. Okay. And I just evolved this Lampent, I think. I don't recall. I think so. Yeah. Okay. What are we going to do? We're going to do 230 damage. It would be 330 if I had Ariados and the item, the stone. I need to add more of those into the deck. There's only one. That's not quite enough. The problem is it's picking off my my bench Pokemon. And I don't have any means of avoiding that. Like, I don't have Shaman. Or just anything to block that. Battle Arena would be good. Because that would block... I think it would block it. Yeah, it blocks damage counters. That'd be cool, but I don't have any way to grab it. That's what we would need... what's his name for? Petrol. Yeah, when first Game Boy came out, I was on the PS1. I don't know if the Game Boy came out before that even. Yeah, it was before that, yeah. It was between the NES and the Super Nintendo, I think, that came out, yeah. Oh, come on. What now? This might just completely destroy me because it's going to take out a bench Pokemon and this one, so that's 3 prize cards. Yep. Go ahead. Man, Dragapult EX seems like a pretty effective deck. It's a wonder that I don't see like 40% of people at tournaments using it. Yeah. Oh, it's going to leave them with 1 prize card, but then they win next turn. So what's the point? I mean, I take out this Dragapult EX, but then they bring out another one. And I could do this, but that's they can still knock it out. Okay, here's what we do. That's 130. I can just bring out another Mega. And then that. That's just to give it more survivability. Although they have 9 prize cards. 9 cards in their hand. That actually would have been really good to get just the regular one. But then we Ultra Ball, right? No, because I can't get all of these. Okay, yes, we do. We'll be okay. Let's get rid of this energy. And let's get rid of Buddy Buddy Poffin. Don't need that at this point. Done, and then we get Ariados. which is all. Never mind. It's not going to survive. They can just do 60 damage to the bench and to just this, and then they win. Oh, I can't do that for this one because it just evolved. All right, whatever. We got to concede. They're going to win in the next turn. Okay. It's crazy to think the PlayStation came out in 94. 1994 is crazy. Let's try this in ranked. I just want to. Oh, what was I going to... I was going to do something. Hold on. Let me go to the deck. I was going to get more of these. Because there's only one of these gravity gemstones, and that's just 50 free damage. So if I want more of these... Let me add one. That means I got to remove one of something else. Also, I never pulled a battle cage. That would have saved me from, that would have won the game for me because he wouldn't have been able to do damage to my benched Pokemon. That's rough. I feel like I'm pulling too many Buddy Poffins. This card is like, it's good in the early game. After your bench is full, this thing sucks. You can't use it anymore. Plus, Lampent can just pull more Lampents. So we don't need to have 3 of these. 2 is fine. And now we have a balanced deck. There we go. This is what we do. We just keep playing. We just keep balancing until it feels right. Let me do one more casual with that slight rebalancing. I really want to add one more. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Press the wrong button. 1 second. There we go. Okay. I really want to add one more stadium too. These are 1250. I can add a regular one, I guess. Well, it's still reverse. Okay. Now I got to remove something else. I will also say there is no way for me to stop Alakazam with this deck. There's nothing in it to stop that. There's nothing to stop Dusk Noir or Duskull, or I'm sorry, Dusclops from exploding. There's that. Yeah. Only went to PC around 99 because the PS2 was cost-wise terrible compared to PC back then. Yeah, that was actually a pretty good time for PC part pricing, which is good because that's around the time I was in high school and I was like really getting into it. I was getting into amateur music production, and of course PC gaming was fun, but like they weren't. I mean, you go back that many years and it's just, it doesn't look good in terms of performance. I mean, I especially storage. I had to like uninstall StarCraft if I wanted to install MechWarrior 3. But these are the things that upgrades are, that's what upgrades are for. That's what they're for. What am I doing? I am going to remove another card because I added a 3rd battle cage. Also, why the grass energies? Because like, I know, yes, there's a thing here. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy cost in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat. And this adds to that, right? So it's just a little attacker, but really this thing should never be off the bench. It should always just be on the bench using its ability to buff up Mega Chandelure. So maybe I do 1 fewer of these to do that. And that's fine. Now we're valid. Okay. I feel so validated. First PC was a laptop and it was ancient. When I tell you the specs of it, you will laugh. If I can like parse them at this point, because like I don't remember specs to parts anymore. But go for it. Okay, now I have an extra stadium and I have an extra gravity stone. This should be good. I feel like blocking this whenever I move, but like the green screen on the chair just shows it anyways. What? What do you mean? You just said your Pokemon are the gold standard. What do you mean? What do you mean? We didn't play. They even have playing the same deck. What was that about? I'll take the points, I guess. I'll just do the, hold on. Okay, don't get the Corsair keyboard. Do not get a Corsair keyboard. There are way better options. I went first last time, and that was pretty good. No, actually, I lost that one. We'll go second. IQ is pretty bloated. It tries to do too much. Unless you have extra PC resources, don't even worry about it. Don't bother with it. Don't do it. This is a little bad. I hope I get a Lily's because I'm running out of cards. Hilda is good, though. Hilda is good here. Yeah. HyperX is probably better, but I would actually go with a not big brand name keyboard. Oh, God. It's the every basic is also an EX kind of deck. Okay. All right. Imagine this thing, though, with its 3-point retreat cost. Because the thing is, they have Latias EX. And Latias EX means you don't have retreat costs. So that might completely disarm my deck. So I have a boss's orders, though. And I have an Ultra Ball. Oh, boy. But only one basic energy. This is kind of... Oh, hold on. I know what I do. I know what I do. We Hilda for this turn. Wait, how am I going to get... Okay, this might not work. We got to get Lampent. And then we got to get Neo Upper Energy. And we put this here. It's not great, actually. I shouldn't even bother with that. I have Neo Upper Energy. Next turn, we will evolve Lampent. Although they might knock this one out anyway. What we do is we Ultra Ball for a Lily's Determination. I don't want to get rid of... I don't want to get rid of any of these. This is not good. I'm in an awkward position here. I guess we get rid of Ariados. That's not great. And we get Meowth. I have only 2 Lilies in my deck. I prized out 2 Lilies. That's a little scary. And we'll put this here or here because they might knock it out next turn because they're running Slowbro or Slowking. Slowking is very scary. Yeah, we do that. Lampent goes here. I really want to boss's orders that Latias to the front, but what are you gonna do? Yeah. Cypher Maniacs, code breaking, and then you put whatever you want. You look through your deck for 2 cards, shuffle them, then put the 2 cards on top of it in any order, and then Slowking just destroys the world. So, okay, problem with going with a not big brand keyboard is a lot of stuff here in Brazil that aren't big brands are pretty cheap and not particularly trustworthy quality-wise, so I'm like, eh. That can be deceiving. The keyboard market has shifted a lot. You gotta, like, if you see a keyboard, look for a review. There probably is one. Okay, boss's orders. Hopefully I pull you again. I did not, but I did get the battle cage. I don't know that I need that, but I get it. Okay, and we have... I got a rare candy. I had a rare candy. I could have just used that. I could have had a Mega Chandelure right now, but it's okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. Do this. What if we... I might need to get a Night Stretcher, but what if we had 2 Ariados? That is 2 extra retreat costs. Okay, we let this ride for now. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll put an energy on this guy. I'll leave... No, let's... Yeah, let's Battle Cage. Yeah, that doesn't do any damage. So yeah, we just skip it. I'm still figuring this out. I'm doing this out of order. Because I'm supposed to use Lampent to put out Lampents on my bench without having to evolve them from Litwick, which helps accelerate the evolution of Mega Chandelure. Of course, they just get another Academy at night. Sure. Acer laptop, Pentium 1, 300 megahertz CPU. GPU on board was Neo Magic 32 megabytes, and a hard drive was 4 gigs. 4 gigs. 4 gigabytes, by the way. That's what that means. With Windows 98 SE. 32 megabytes DDR. That's DDR with no number at the end. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yes, boss's orders. Let's go. Now, of course, I can't put this other Chandelure out there, but they don't have a lot of cards in their hand anyway. Okay, boss's orders. Come on over, Latias. Let's go. Wait, 130 damage? Are you serious? It's so bad. It only has 2 retreat costs. That's so bad. Oh my god. They're just going to move it back. Now, I don't want to attach aggressive. Sure, fine, whatever. And it's Latias's fault. It is Latias's fault because it's removing retreat costs for every Pokemon. Like, that is absolutely dismantling Mega Chandelure. 100%. It just means that I just do the base 130 damage. Because there's 50 more damage for each pip in the retreat costs. And that is making there be 0 pips. I need my other boss's orders already. But I will knock that thing out. And then they will Night Stretcher it right back onto their bench. Both Ariados and Mega Chandelure rely on retreat cost for damage. And Latias EX completely removes that. It just means you do the base 130. That is so bad. They can just shift their Pokemon around however they want. Is Red Dragon there? Because you would save a lot of money going for one of those. Crazy Specs. Hey, that laptop was something else and had dial-up back then. I feel like I'm watching a scene from Hackers right now. 100%. Okay. We lilies. Okay. Give me the other boss's orders. I know the odds are low. Come on. Oh, we get Petrol. We do get Petrol for the next turn, which means in 2 turns I can boss's orders again. Woo! Yay! And I'll do 130 damage in the meantime. Here, let's put out Litwick here. I'm going to put out a Battle Cage, and they'll just put out another Academy at night. Excuse me. Can that go away? Thank you. What? Okay. Okay, PTCGL, can you calm down? Can you do the thing? It didn't even do the animation. All right. And I did discard an Ariados, so I only have one left in the deck. One left. That's crazy. I pulled 4 supporters, and not one of them was my other boss's orders. Red Dragon is exactly the brand I'm avoiding because of their Gen AI usage. Well, you're going to be avoiding a lot of brands. Do you think Corsair doesn't use any AI in anything? Really? Do we really think that? I mean, I'm with you on that, but like... this is going to be awful. Curran can just like get bent. Yeah. There goes my Ariados chance. I have a Red Dragon keyboard. I don't remember seeing that on mine. No, generative AI in like marketing and in things like that. It's just generative AI to make marketing materials or to do different things. It's not in the product itself. Oh, now I get Night Stretcher. How lovely. All right. Well, we just used Team Rocket's petrol to get boss's orders. For, no. We might pull it right now. We did not. I did pull this though. Ha! 9 cards, more like 3. Am I right, chat? I am right. I'll help you out there. I am indeed correct. Lampet, get on out there so we don't lose it. Well, we might lose it in the next turn anyway. We go petrol. Boss's orders, done. And I can't use that till next turn. Meg Chandelure, you got to survive until then. Thankfully, we are going to take out this Slowking. However, when I do... Oh, wait, no, that just means attacking basic energy from the discard pile. That's nothing. Okay. We'll also use Wondrous Patch to put a psychic energy on you. There we go. Perfect. And what can I Night Stretcher here? I guess a Spinnerack, but it'll just get mogged. Like, it'll be destroyed. Excuse... Oh, it's weak to... How is this 380 damage? It has only one... You know what? I'm not going to question it. Sure. I wish I understood what happened there. I don't. But whatever. Cool. There you are. Okay. I don't doubt any big companies using Gen AI at all, but they're hiding that they use it. There's at least some sense of shame there. They're blatantly using it for their marketing. They don't even care enough to hide the impact they're contributing to in the ecosystem that they're in. I mean, the thing is, if that was like Micro Center is literally using like generative AI for their website, and it sucks because like, why do you think your own prices suck right now, Micro Center? I hate this card so much. I hate this card so much. It's so bad. Also, this didn't save my benched Pokemon whatsoever. And now there's my Mega. And they win. Okay. I hate Slowking. I hate that deck. It's right up there with Alakazam. It's just got too many... Like, it's too well put together. Also, any deck where you can, in first turn, put out 4 EXs... Like, what are you compensating for? Do we need to talk about this? Have you talked to your therapist about this? This is not healthy for you. It's like this. You're enabling your symptoms here. Okay. I mean, it is true. like, I do have to agree. I agree with both of y'all, and that's tough. Like, that's a difficult position for me, because Red Dragon has been putting a lot of work into making their products better and keeping it budget. That is, in the end, good for the consumer. If they're using Gen AI for their marketing, they're just doing what everybody else is doing. Like, there is no perfect company out there. Corsair is definitely not a perfect company, I'll tell you that. They have their own skeletons in their closet, that is for sure. If you go look at the Corsair website, go over there and take a look at how many companies they own. Some of those transitions were not very good for those companies. I'm not pointing fingers, I'm not making accusations here, but people definitely lost jobs. But the thing is, if all you will buy is from companies that have done no wrong, you will live an ascetic lifestyle. Might I recommend becoming Amish? Living off the land. It sucks to think that way, but like, and it is good to look at it and be like, I'm going to give my money to companies that are better than others, right? But like, I tried to do that before, but then EVGA stopped selling GPUs because they're such a good company and they didn't want anything to do with the way that Jensen Huang was treating board partners. And like, but we need you, EVGA. We need you right now. What can you do? See, I wanted you guys to see what the head side of the coin looked like, so I chose tails, because I know how that goes for me. All my luck goes towards ripping packs. It does not go towards anything else, I'll tell you that. Again? Are you serious with this? Again. No, I'm re-rolling. Sorry, buddy. This is casual. I ain't putting myself through that again. There is one Pheasantipity and one Meowth in a 60-card deck. And then like twice in a row, those are the only two basics I get. PTCGL, fix your RNG, buddy. That is awful. Like, the odds of that are a statistical wonder. Happening twice in a row like that. A statistical wonder. Just like the odds of choosing tails twice and getting heads twice are actually a little higher than you think, or a little tougher than you think to get that. But you know what? I defy the odds. Okay, they're going first. I'm okay with that. I actually really prefer going second, I'll be honest. Hey, look at that. We could actually activate this pretty quickly in 2 turns. If I had an energy to speak of. Let's put Lily's Clefairy out here first. Yeah, oh no. We're going to go Litwick. One mulligan. I get 1 free card. Okay. So I will say it is good to have you hanging out. It's good to talk tech too. Even if I'm doing other stuff, like it's good to. It's good to. Oh look, I got the Ariados combo right off the rip. That's cool. I like that. It's good to be able to talk tech. I really like it. Oh, we're going against hide and sneak, everybody. This could get real messy real quick. These decks are insane. 1 energy can do 170 damage. If they just got to get 4 specific cards, not specific, but 4 cards with hide and sneak into their discard pile. Okay, they needed lilies. They had a bad first draw. Fair enough. I don't need 2 of these. What are you doing? Why? Why this? I can't evolve anyway, but I'd have 0 energy. So we Ultra Ball for Meowth. And I'm going to have to discard a Mega Chandelure. Crispin. Oh, the Crispin gets me energy. I'm an idiot. Well, let's get rid of these 2 anyways. And get Meowth anyway. I'm going to get Lily, but I'm not going to use it yet. Oh, sorry. Goes there. That worries me. Did I prize out 2 of my Psychic Energy cards? That sucks. Why not, Will-O-Wisp? The only thing, Solar, about saying like it makes sense to go Corsair is that IQ can be resource intensive, and with being in Brazil, it's pretty tough to get good PC parts over there. So Natty is running off of limited resources PC wise. You gotta be careful about that. You want to be picky about what you have taken up your resources. Hey, that was my Litwick, and then they conceded. What the heck? What are you doing? I guess that Lilies didn't give me anything good, but I win, I guess. Yeah, IQ it bugs out sometimes. See, I'm using IQ right now, and it's only for one thing. This mouse right here. Here, I'll show you. So check this out. This is the Corsair. Which one is it? It's the Scimitar Elite. Now, I'm not using this for an MMO, like you might think, right? Like that's what would make sense. We'd be using this for an MMO, but rather I'm using it because this, if you have IQ enabled, there's a plugin that works with the Stream Deck, and this is a Stream Deck for me. And like, bam, I press that, and here we are. And I press another one, and we go back here. But sometimes IQ is just like, hey, I think I'm just not going to have that work. And you have to reboot your entire PC just to get that to work. How's that sound? Sounds good? Thanks, bud. Okay, good talk. And that's IQ for you. Don't do it. Do not do it. Now, what I would actually say is if you see a HyperX keyboard that has, like, let's say hot swappable switches. So like in a year or so, if you get tired of the way the linears feel or whatever, you go for some silent tactiles because you develop really good taste in switches, just like me. And, it's like a PC. It's upgradable, right? It's not something you got to build, but you can do things like tape. If it's something that's a keyboard that is easily disassembled, you can do tape mods. You can do silicone pads in there, or the silicone sheet, just to give it that real thocky sound, that kind of stuff. If there's one like that available, go for it, I say. I don't know anything about the HyperX software, but yeah, Solid Holler. If you want to hear about a terrible experience with IQ, just anyone who's tried to get IQ to work really well with Asus's software, it's Armory Crate plus IQ. It's supposed to work like a dream. It's more like a nightmare sometimes, but hey, what can you do? Can I finish a game? I'd like to finish a game. Thank you. Not by losing. I should be specific. I'd like to win one. Although I have had people conceding on me, so that's something, I guess. Let's see if we get 3 in a row. Oh, I actually won. Okay, sure. I'll go second. I'm actually really liking the freaking space t-shirt thing. Like, that's actually kind of dope. That's actually really cool. So what I did do with my setup, I have everything oh, wait. What? I'm sorry. I'm not paying attention. Not spinnerack. No. That's not what I wanted. No! Ah! I hate it! I hate it so much. I hate it. It's the worst. I hate this thing. What? What is this? Prism energy. Okay. Everything RGBY set up with a remote for just my PC fans. Oh, cool. Okay. Dude, I don't want to play this game now. I don't want to play against Latias EX. It's the worst. I guess that's what I get. I could get an Ariados, but I couldn't evolve it right now anyways. Oh, I have an Ariados. Oh, it has to go on a psychic Pokemon. I'm stupid. That's the end of the turn. Telepathic energy, to use its ability, it has to go into a psychic Pokemon. It was the only energy I had, so I had to retreat with it, but whatever. But if you do put it on a psychic Pokemon, it lets you find 2 basic psychic Pokemon and put them on your bench, which would have been great, by the way. That didn't happen, though. God, can you imagine standard Chandelure versus Alakazam, which does 30 damage for each card in your opponent's hand? It does actually have an answer to Alakazam. Never mind. I was incorrect about that one. Then I use the Gigabyte control panel for my motherboard, RAM, and GPU because all of that is Aorus and Gigabyte. That's why it's good to match those up. There is one thing, like if you're building a PC and you're choosing your parts and you like a Corsair AIO or something, or a Corsair case, that's when I say, if you're getting one thing Corsair, get everything Corsair. Case, AIO, fans, everything that you can, because then IQ pulls its weight. And I'm talking about keyboard, mouse, maybe even monitor, because yeah, they have a couple pretty cool monitors. If you like ultra wide, I have an ultra wide that I've had for a while at my editing rig, and I actually don't like it a whole lot. It's not great. Oh, we're cornering again, huh? Okay. Interesting. Ariados. And then we do lilies. I'd like to bring out this Chandelure, but it's fine. Maybe Gravity Gemstone on Litwick. I don't want to waste that, but it's here, so we'll do it. Battle Cage. And Lily's Determination. There's our Lampent. But no, see, if we had pulled a rare candy, I could have gone for a Mega Chandelure EX, but it's fine. But here's what we do. Nothing, because I don't have the right energy. We do nothing. So we Ultra Ball for Meowth. Oh my god. But Meowth, I can't use a supporter card with it anyways yet. Okay. See, I can't do spread. If I could have normally done Spreading Light. Search for 3 Lampent, put them on your bench. Up to 3. But I can't do that because I don't have the energy. Okay. So we Ultra Ball and get Mega Chandelure in the next turn. Sure. Why not? And all of this because I pulled the spinner rack first. Because I had to move it out of the active spot. That is the reason that I am not getting my deck to function in the beginning. It sucks. But it is what it is. Also, I really need... is that a Gengar? What the hell? One question is, why are people buying monitors with RGB at the back of the monitor? It's like buying a PSU with a screen. Well, people do that too. And it's very dumb. And it's just that companies that make those things, the market is somewhat stagnant other than certain specs. That's it. It's very difficult to innovate with a product where you only look at the side that they can't control. That's a monitor. They don't control what's on your monitor. You do. So, yeah, it's really dumb. So now we can Hilda here. Check this out. Bam! Hilda. We get Mega Chandelure EX, and we get Neo Upper Energy. Done. Okay, I have both bosses' orders in the deck. That's good. They're not prized out. I can't use a supporter card right now, though. But we can take this thing out. What would I get with Poképad? Another Lampent. Or another Ariados. I could get another Ariados going. But no, we'll get Lampent and that Chandelure in case they end up getting a lot of cards in their hand. That'll be useful. What is this energy? Spiky energy. It just puts 2 damage counters. That makes sense for Maractus, because now it's going to be 80 damage to this Pokemon for knocking it out. If I wait 1 turn and just let this be, I can take it out. I can pull their Latias EX up here. I might want to do that. Now let's knock it out. No, idiot. Click it. Let me attack. Jeez. Yes, 60 more damage. Come on. Fine. They're probably going to knock this thing out now. So when I was monitor shopping, I was looking at Dell and other brands like Aorus and MSI. OLED was out of my price range, so I had to settle with an IPS. There are some OLEDs that are like IPS, like high-end IPS monitors, and at more entry-level OLEDs, if such a thing can be said to exist. They are having some price overlap. So it depends on how high-end of an IPS you got, but IPS is still good. Like I have a great 32-inch. My main monitor for a long time was a 32-inch 4K IPS, and it was great. You don't miss OLED until you have it. And then it's like, okay, I get it. I'm sorry, what? Okie dokie. Cool. I was just trying to read that. No big deal. Okay, whatever. I don't need to. Just damage me, I guess. Whatever. Let me read the stupid card. Okay, it's 2 basic darkness energy cards attached into this Pokemon. Shuffle your deck. Now it's poisoned. If it's poisoned, it does 130 more damage. Well, just let it do 130 damage. Why you gotta go all this roundabout way to do that? Okay, so we boss's orders. And try to take out Latias while we still can. God, it does so little damage. They just pull it back for free. They just pull it back for free. I can't kill this thing. What do I do? What recourse do I have here? when Latios comes onto the field. I can't do anything. Because it has no retreat cost. And I just need to have, what? 4 boss's orders in my deck and somehow always be able to pull them? No. Thanks. That's very helpful. Appreciate that. Yeah, in South Africa, we're not getting the same prices as Europe. Or oh, wow. $1,000? I know y'all had a Samsung for $350, which is a steal. Yeah, okay. Didn't know about this South Africa thing. If I knew that before, it had been a while, so I apologize. Yay! That's just what I wanted. I wanted to not be able to actually kill the thing that is ruining my attack. What do I want? Another Mega EX, or do I want this one? I think this. 3. That was actually more damage with this. Oh, I need fire energy. I can't even use this. Oh, I didn't change the deck to have that. Well, crap. I guess we do this. I need fire energy, not grass energy. I have to have a basic. Okay, I don't have a basic one in there. I guess I'm attacking Meowth, which is always useful and good. This thing needs a lot of rebalancing. And I didn't even think about putting fire energy in my deck. That is so stupid. I should have realized, oh, it looks very orange, that Chandelure card. It probably uses psychic energy, right? Nope. End up on a Dell, 200 hertz, fast IPS. Oh, that's good. $70. That's good. 27 inch. 1080p at 27 inch is pushing it for the PPI, but like, but yeah, it's like, that's a great deal. Can't complain, waiting on mini LED to come in the future. Yep. I need to get this thing back up here. But they're just going to keep taking damage off of it, so I will not be able to one-shot it yet again. I'll be 10 away. What? Why? I'm sorry, what? Oh, because I'm weak to dark. Okay, yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, they're looking at this like, wow, buddy, you had 0. You had zilch. Yeah, you keep doing that. Good for you. Okay, well, I guess I just need to understand that, like, this is not actually a very good time to play this deck. Because a lot of people are playing Mega Darkrai, which is a darkness type Pokemon. And yes, in the TCG, it is not dark type. It is darkness type. I don't think it's very cool either. I think that's kind of dumb, but that's what they call it. Anyways, and also, like that Absol, it was just meant to do 200 damage. But Mega Chandelure is weak to darkness. So I guess that makes sense for something that is a light. Oh, wait. Lights dispel darkness. Way to go, Pokemon Company International. Way to go with the logic there. Anyways, you think dark would be weak to something that makes light. It is not. So you know what those Pokemon are weak to? Absol and Mega Darkrai. They're weak to grass type. So guess what we're going back to? We're going to give this another try. I only gave 1 or 2 tries to the Beedrill with Vivillon in it. So I want to give it another go. I need to be playing the competitive ladder. I don't know what I'm doing. Because I don't let myself play it off stream. But, like, I need to just do it. So they keep changing things. Well, no, it says what they're weak to, and they're weak to grass-type Pokemon. It's just, there's not as many types as there are in the video games. There are fewer types, so Okay, interesting. I would prefer to have a Celebi up here, but whatever. I hope Pokegear gets me a Lily's Determination, because this is a little bit rough for a start. But yeah, basically it just shows right here on the cards what the weakness is, and it's not the same across every Pokemon of a specific type. But on the basic ones, it does make sense, like on the essentials. Okay, look at that. We got lilies. We're not going to use it yet because we have Kakuna and Beedrill here. This also, by the way, this is absolutely terrible, what we're looking at here. This is a fire deck I'm up against right now. That's bad because I'm playing a grass deck. I need y'all to understand. While I played Mega Chandelure, I went up against Mega Darkrai and then up against a deck that had Absol in it, which Mega Chandelure is weak to those. I switch over to play my Mega Beedrill deck, and I get a fire deck. Every one of these I'm weak against. Every round. What is happening? There were a couple wins earlier, right? But that was just people conceding in casual. That's nothing. It doesn't really count. I don't go up the ladder for that. I'm not playing in ranked. But what is my luck here? I just switched to a grass deck and I get... Okay. It's all right. It's fine. You need a mixed deck. There are some of those that work, but there are not many. And also, I can't predict what's going to happen. Like, most people are playing Mega Darkrai or like whatever right now because it's the newest thing. But okay. Lilies, let's go. Give me something good, please. Where's Celebi? There you are. Way to show up on time. Now I can't even retreat. But I have Forest of Vitality. But now I don't have my Beedrill. Oh, God. Okay. You know what? Maybe we're playing in casual. It doesn't matter if I can see. We're going to go ahead and call it here. I'm just like on a streak right now. Last stream and this stream. Where if I win, it's because someone concedes really early. Although I did get a legit win tonight. I did. That was hard fought. We were down to like 1 prize card and 2 prize cards and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, like 80% of my games, I have had terrible luck, and it is strictly luck. It's not bad deck building. It's not anything like that. Just really bad luck. So it's like, okay, take a break on this. It's already, we're coming to the end of the stream anyways. Not many people here. So we'll just go ahead and we'll call that. What's up, Astral? How's it going? But that was fun. It was fun. Like even if I'm shouting and angry, I've learned to have fun with that, and you kind of have to stay sane when you're in the tech space. I'll tell you that. So, well, yeah, Astral, you're coming in right at the end here. We're at 10 minutes past. So that is going to be out of place again. Okay, there we go. So that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We are currently working very hard to get... It's driving me crazy looking at it. Okay, that's what it's supposed to look like. So yeah, we're working really hard right now, getting ready to finally, after all these months, finally start launching content on the channel. Which, that reminds me, I need to make the branding for Braithorn XP, switch that channel that's currently called Braithorn EX. That's going to be Braithorn XP, because that's where all the VODs are for streams of like the Nuzlocke. They should be on the XP channel. And then just make Braithorn EX a different one. So there's going to be 3 channels. I know that's a lot, but Braithorn PC, Braithorn EX, and Braithorn XP. Got it? Cool? Braithorn PC is obviously the tech channel. Braithorn EX is going to be the YouTube shorts of ripping packs and doing things like that. And then Braithorn XP is going to be the long form gaming videos, card show videos, long form as well. Stuff like that. So there you go. That's how that's going to work. Plus the streams and the VODs of gaming and stuff like that. But all right, guys, I'll catch y'all tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't have help yet for the Elite Four, but maybe I can recruit some. We'll see. But until then, take care.
Let's go, nerds!